Well, it's a nice day for an overhaul, so go ahead and just cut me off. By the time you look back, I'll be gone. Slip, slip, slip away, or you will sink, sink, sink with me. I'm not good enough for anyone or anything that I wanna be. Slip, slip, slip away, or you will sink, sink, sink with me. I'm not good enough for anyone or anything that I wanna be. Stare directly at the sun. You're blinded by the light of things never to come. Are we done today? I've said everything I need to say. Save yourself the grief and cut the knot tied to your leg. Slip, slip, slip away, or you will sink, sink, sink with me. I'm not good enough for anyone or anything that I wanna be. Slip, slip, slip away, or you will sink, sink, sink with me. I'm not good enough for anyone or anything that I wanna be. So crash yourself right into me and try to pick up the pieces. Tie a knot and take your leave. Everyone has their reasons. Tell me it's not me, it's you. Then turn around and tell the truth. I was never enough for you to see this through.
What up, stream? What is poppin'? Why the fuck? Oh, there's my desktop mute. There we go. There we go. How we feeling tonight? We've officially made it through 2023, chat. We have done it. Somehow, we all survived. We made it. So now we're going to talk about the best and worst games of the year with my good buddy, Kyle.
Hello.
Are you having technical difficulties, Kyle? I'm seeing that your stream is still starting soon. Oh, he's in.
I just switched it over now, actually. I was sitting there listening to you intro, and I realized that I'm not certain if the whole time, because the music I had playing was just through like my desktop audio, and I wonder if they could just hear you talking that whole time. I just didn't realize it. So let's see if they can actually hear you. Can you say
Check,
something real
check. Hey, chat, y'all hear me?
quick? I can't hear you.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Hold on. Hold on. Why not, though?
chat.
Why not, though? Shouldn't it just come through desktop audio? Uh-oh. Unprepared.
Unprepared.
Now try saying
Ah,
there we go.
Making a protein,
Now
making
you're
a
nice
protein
and
shake,
loud.
Hayden. Very good. No, we're trying to get Kyle's stream situated, Hayden. That's the problem right now.
All right, my stream is
Yeah,
situated.
I'm gonna try and add you to my little desktop view. Actually, we're just gonna come like back and forth between us two on the desktop, cause like I'll pan over to you. So I had an idea. that obviously I haven't run by Kyle because I just had it while I was getting water and beer and all that fun stuff. While we're talking, so we should go back and forth this year. You want to set like a minute timer, and we got to give like minute napkin pitches about each game?
I'm down for that, yeah. Because honestly, there's some of these games that I probably don't have a lot to say about. And there's probably
it can be shorter, but no going over a minute. I'm gonna get, I'll get a timer up on screen. I feel like there should be like a Windows timer. Clock app.
I also just gotta say,
Timer.
this year, like looking back, feels very long. I don't know if that's just me, but like even like, I mean, some of the video games I played, I'm sitting there, I'm like, I feel like that was forever ago.
Yeah, I feel
along with that, albums as well. Like the fact that you released your album,
dude.
this
You're
past
telling
year,
me.
I'm like, it feels like for like no offense, like it just feels forever ago. I'm like, man, like I keep forgetting, and you'll be like, I released my album this year. I'm like,
all right.
oh
so
gosh,
here's the setup we're rocking with today, chat. We got all of our games. I guess we'll do. Yo, Hunter, Happy New Year. What's good, dude? Good to hear from you. So, chat, the way we do this every year, or at least the way that I do it every year, and Kyle is adopting now, which I love. So we go through every game that I played this year. My game of the year will be a new game from this year, but I'm picking old games, new games, and like all that kind of stuff. So like 13 Sentinels, I think, came out in 2020 or 2019 or something. I didn't play it until this year. So it will not be the same for the album. We'll be clicking over to Kyle's stream whenever we need to in order to like see his list and all that good stuff.
I'm on your stream right now, so
there'll be a lot going on over there in a second. But yeah, I think that's all. These lists are subjective. Don't get mad if something. Oh, that's my albums of the year one.
No, they're
wrong
not.
list. Don't get mad if we put something you like into somewhere you don't like. Blah blah blah. Actually, get real mad. Fight me through text chat. I can talk faster. I can win.
Yeah. Send a subscription.
Yeah.
To Paul if you're mad.
Use bits to do text to speech to fight with me. Yeah.
There you go.
Anyways, Kyle, do you want to go first or me or?
I can go. Let's see how this actually
click over to the
works.
Kyle
So
stream.
I'm doing mine a little different. All right. So let's just like pull up. So I've just threw all my games here into OBS. So I'm just gonna start with I guess the top one, which is gonna be
Hold on.
Oh shoot, hold on. There we go.
All right, timer started.
Woo!
Talk about Fortnite. I see Hat in Time as well, and Super.
Fortnite, a game I always thought was pretty kind of stupid. And then they got rid of building, and then I still never played it. And then my friend said, Kyle, play Fortnite. And I played Fortnite, and it was Fortnite, but better.
Lego
because
Fort
no
for 2
building,
weeks.
and I was
Yeah.
happy, and I'm still really bad at it. But I'd say it's like an upper B tier game for me. That's personally just because I'm not huge on shooting type of games, but I had more fun with it than I was anticipating. And Fortnite.
All right. You had 20 seconds to spare on that bitch.
Oh, I didn't need to say anything else about Fortnite. You want to
Yeah, we'll go back and forth. So I'll go now, and I'll do Fortnite as well. So Fortnite, we're going to slap that bad boy in the A tier for me. Probably just because I like shooters, but Fortnite is just like one of the stupidest, funniest fucking games out there. And I think there's no way you can like reasonably put it lower than A because of all the shit that you can do in that game now. Yeah, A for ass, Fartnite. My biggest argument for Fortnite is like not only is it like a good battle royale shooter that's like a lot of fun and has like all the crossovers and shit, it now has 3 other modes. Like it's got a Minecraft type thing, it has Rock Band in it, it's got fucking Mario Kart type racing. Like the game literally has fucking everything in it now. And like while it's not my biggest cup of tea, game respects game. That's what I got for Fortnite.
I did not know that it had Minecraft. Or I know it had Minecraft, so I did not know it had a Mario
Yeah,
Kart
that's
or
so
Guitar
that's
Hero
what my
thing.
brother was telling me
That's
the
wild.
rocket racing thing is. Apparently it's a Mario Kart type thing. I'm clicking back over to you, Kyle, and I'm resetting the timer.
All right. So for my
Game of the year
Fortnite back up here.
2023
For
is
my next game,
fucking Snake Eater, Metal Gear Solid.
whoopsies. Next game I'll do is Super
All
Hot.
right.
Honestly, this is one of those games that I played and it feels like it was forever ago, but I remember. Actually, no, it wasn't in the new apartment, but I still think it was this year. Anyway, uh, it was fun. It was another. It was a. If you don't know anything about Super Hot, it's a first-person shooter that I don't know, man. I'm just gonna take more than a minute to figure out how to describe this game.
Yeah.
But essentially, time only moves when you move, if that makes sense. So outside of that, everything else is in super slow motion. So you're kind of trying to shoot these guys, and you can like look around and see them as they're moving in slow motion, so you can plan your plan of attack, if that makes sense. And you need to kill them all before they kill you. So like they'll shoot a bullet, and if you're not moving, the bullet's coming at you slow, and then you can, when you move, the bullet speeds up to like actual speed. It's it's really meta with the
10
story. I
seconds.
didn't finish it to be honest, but what I had, it was fun to play, and I also think it's a B-rated game, maybe under Fortnite though, just because it was I don't know, it kind of gave me a headache sometimes, and some of the noises. It
Time.
was all like weird and meta. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, that is one of the games that I've like always wanted to fucking play. Is Super Hot. I just never like got around to it.
Yeah. I feel like you'd like it.
I think I'm just gonna duo you anytime we have a shared game, which I don't know if it'll happen again other than Fortnite, but
Probably not. Oh wait, we do.
okay. I'll be excited to see what it
I
is.
see. Do you want me to tell you now? Or?
Nah, I'll let it be a surprise.
Okay. We have 1.5.
Oh, yo, I actually
no,
hold on.
yeah,
I saw
yeah.
your list. I forgot to add something. Hold on. Yeah, I forgot to add Spider-Man Miles Morales. I forgot that I played that for the first time.
That was the half one that we had.
Sorry for the midstream tech
How did you play
update.
the new? How'd you play the new Spider-Man
I
game?
have a PlayStation 5, Kyle.
Did I know that? I definitely knew that.
I feel
and
like
forgot.
you did know that.
Yeah, I think it's because like I felt like last time we did this, you were saying like, why would I need a PS5? I can just wait a couple months or a year and play any game that comes out on PS5 on PC or something like that.
Yeah, and then I didn't know if that was going to be the case.
Yeah.
Well, not that I didn't know whether that was going to be the case or not, but I was like, I need to play this immediately.
Patient. Yeah.
Why can I not
I'm hoping to get around
find
to playing that one.
a fucking... Just give me the image. If I click on another fucking WebP file, I'm going to scream.
Dude, WebP files are the
Yeah.
worst.
Fucking, I hate that shit. Oh, good.
Imagine
Steam
if I would
banner.
Download one to like put in a video, and it would just be like, nope, can't do that. We're trying to find an actual good PNG.
Look
file,
at this
like,
dude.
transparent.
What's good, Nick? We're doing we'll be back to it in a second. I'm fucking unfucking some technical difficulties here. It's a wide ass Miles Morales JPEG right there, but it'll work. It'll work. That's not the right screen. Yeah.
There it is.
This fucking goy. All right. Yeah, I'm going to go in alphabetical order, which I think is what the list is already set in. So, where's my fucking timer? 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim. Fucking, this game is incredible. Like, because I played Bad Rats this year, Nick. That's why fucking Bad Rats is here. 13 Sentinels is going in S tier. This is basically a interesting, like, visual novel, fucking strategy game hybrid kind of thing. And it is, like, one of the best ones I've ever played. You basically walk around, you gotta unpiece this, like, weird time travel story. You have 13 different, like, interwoven stories to go through. Really fucking sick game. Cannot recommend it enough if you enjoy some fucking anime bitches. Is there feet pics in the game? No idea. Don't remember. I played this at the beginning of the year.
Hope not.
That's what I got. S tier game. Yeah. All right, Kyle, back to you.
I've never heard of it, and it sounds interesting.
It's a really damn good game.
Yeah.
Nick
I'm gonna have
said
to check it
F
out.
tier next. Which game was that? That was 13 Sentinels. That was the one that I was like, this is Evangelion, but if there was 13 kids and most of them actually had some fucking sense.
All right. Well, my next one, I will do Spider-Man Miles Morales because I'm just going in the order that I put them in. And this game's a little tough for me to rate because I didn't do much of the
What's
side
good,
missions or
Chris?
anything else. I just kind of played through the game, and it's one of those things where I did have a lot of fun. Um, this is a tough one. I don't think I have to describe it much. It's Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Yeah, it's more Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what to tell you. I did get frustrated with some of the controls here and there. Mainly, like I felt like they wanted you to do like stealth sections, and I feel like to actually do them, it would take you like a half hour because you have to like wait for. I guess I don't know how it works, but sometimes you can do like one secret takedown strike, and then at least for me, I couldn't press the button to do it again after I swing back up into the sky and hover over another body. So I'm like, how am I supposed to be stealthy if I can only do it like once, maybe twice before? And maybe I'm stupid. I don't know.
I forgot your timer, so I'm going to call it when it hits 30 seconds.
That's okay. I'm just gonna say I'm done now, and I think I'm gonna put it. I'll put it bottom at A. I think.
I think that's very fair. I think that's probably where that game's going from. Yeah, actually, I'll do that one now as well.
Yeah. Why don't you give us your?
Yeah. All right. So we'll go to Miles next. Spider-Man Miles Morales. It's more Spider-Man. I think I'll definitely put that above Fortnite. I definitely enjoyed that more. We are rating Bad Rats. Yes, I have a picture for that. But we've got Spider-Man Miles Morales. Just it's more Spider-Man for the PS4, and you're gonna hear me use that description again for Spider-Man 2. But they added a lot of cool shit. The story in this one, incredible. Like Insomniac really knows how to cook up a good Marvel story, which I feel like we've been lacking in the movies for a little bit. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I will say the story was good. I did enjoy the story.
yeah, the story was incredibly
like,
good.
If you have not heard, the gameplay is a lot of fun to do. It's a lot of fun to hit people.
Yeah.
And then hit people again.
Does this
And
actually?
yes, it is over Fortnite-topia.
Oh, my timer does make a noise when it goes off. That's fun.
Ooh.
Yo, where's Golem? Oh, did not play. Oh no, Nick, not the exaggerated swagger line.
Hit people too.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, over to Kyle.
Okay, sure, we'll just do that.
I see Pikmin 4 is up next.
Looks like Pikmin 4 is up next. Yep, and I actually just beat this game today.
All right.
And let me tell you, this game is so much fun. So I typically start off my Pikmin rant whenever I talk about it with other people, in this game specifically, with I liked the Pikmin games, but I always felt like I was super stressed out playing them because of the time of like the time frame that you have and the day cycle and all that stuff. And this game does it in a really well way, where I don't feel stressed playing it, but there's still all this, management of your Pikmin, and there's still strategy with it, and there's still a ton of things to collect. And honestly, in this one, there's so many other things to do. There's the nighttime mode, which is almost like a zombie-esque survival kind of deal. There's you can like upgrade your the little puppy dog, which I honestly didn't even do. But the game
10
is
seconds.
so much fun. So yeah, long story short, I think it's a phenomenal game. If you like Pikmin even a little bit, you should play it, and it's phenomenal. It might be my favorite.
Done. Oh shit.
That'll be it.
The timer actually just cuts your voice out entirely when it goes off, which is really funny.
Perfect.
That's
The
great.
punishment for going over.
Yep, that's your punishment for going over. If only it would duck me as well. All right, Bad Rat Show is gonna stay down there because this was like the only fucking good JPEG I could find, and then I found an actual Bad Rats one. Man, I'm just gonna do that next. That game is bad. Like, genuinely, I feel like it needs its own fucking tier of how fucking horrible this game is.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on, let me just, worst game I've ever played.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Wait,
wait,
have
that's...
to describe this game because I don't know anything about it now, and I'm interested.
Oh, hold on. I lost my D tier because am dogging on Bad Rats. Adarobolo. Yeah, Tier Maker is not the best fucking website. Yeah, Bad Rats. Hold on, timer. Bad Rats is not fucking S tier. A fucking crime. No, this is not a crime, dude. Bad Rats might genuinely be one of the worst games I have ever fucking played. Straight up, the game doesn't work. First of all, no full screen support. Like, there is no fucking, like, there is no redeeming quality of this. It gets its own tier because that was one of the funniest fucking streams I've ever had of me and Chris trying to race each other in Bad Rats. My biggest... Oh, yeah, it is a crime that this game exists. My biggest complaint is that it's a physics puzzle game where the physics are inconsistent as fuck. You could literally do the same exact thing twice and it will change in between. It was an amazing stream, horrible game. That's what I have to say.
That sounds amazing in the worst way possible.
Oh, it's something.
Sounds like a Kaizo Mario level.
Bad Rat sounds like a reggae metal band my problematic cousin would post on his Instagram story. That's fair. I'm coming over to you, Kyle.
All right.
Oh, we got another dupe.
Me? Oh, yes. I saw that.
Yeah, we got another dupe, baby.
Now, you've played this game before this year, though, right?
I have, but this was like the first year I like genuinely played it.
Gotcha.
So sometimes I'll do that. Like I included Rainbow Six Siege in my 2020 list, but that was because that was the first year I ever really played it.
No, that's fair. Yeah, so I got this game because of friends such as Paul, who said, time to play this game, and I played it, and I said, yep, C tier. I get it if people like it. I get it if people like it, but it's not my cup of tea. It was one of those situations where I played it, and I said, I'm never going to play this game on my own time.
Yeah, that's fair.
I kind of had fun playing it, but at the same time, and maybe it was just my experience because you guys all were so far ahead by the time I got to it. And I was like, I didn't want to go out of my way to level myself up because I didn't care that much.
Yeah.
You guys were off doing your own thing most of the time. So I just kind of walk around and hit things. And that's fine enough. That's what I did when I played Skyrim, and I had a great time. So like it wasn't the worst thing in the world by any means. And I'm sure if you actually took the time to play it, but for me, it wasn't really my cup of tea.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Totally fair. I'll get over to that one as well. Get over to Fallout 76. Yeah, I'm probably going to follow suit with you in C tier. The game is fun. Oh. Hold on. Timer. There we go. The game is fun. It is genuinely fun, and it's come leaps and bounds from where it launched. But one, I can't get over the absolute shit state it launched in with having, like... You know how there's, like, actual story missions and, like, NPCs and all that now, Kyle? Mm-hmm. Yeah, none of that at launch. It was literally just a fucking Fallout sandbox game. Oh, so I'm still gonna fucking leverage points again. If people can still be mad about Halo Infinite's launch this long later, I can be mad about Fallout 76's. Also, like Kyle was kind of touching on, this game's not fun to play alone. I found no joy in trying to play this alone. I did not play unless I had friends on, and like he said, I got very far behind everybody else, and like, yeah. So, C-Tier, it's a game. It is a game.
Yeah, and again, like maybe if I knew more of the mechanics, like that was my first Fallout game. Like you and our other friends have.
Oh yeah.
That was my first time. So I didn't know a lot of the mechanics, a lot of what things work. So like Henry would say like, "Oh, I got this, that, this," and I'm like, I have no idea what that is, and I don't want to sit here and Google it or do this and that, you know.
Oh, my last complaint about 76, I can't play the music on Twitch, which is why I never streamed it. So fuck you. The music is half the reason I play any Fallout game, and the fact that I think I streamed it once with my buddy Corey, and like, yeah, I got copyright claimed immediately. All right, Kyle, back over to you.
All right, my next game, and I might have saw it on your list, but Chicory.
No, did not play Chicory. I've never heard of that game, actually.
That game on the bottom right. I found it because it's the same person that does the music is the same person that does Celeste's music, Lena Raine.
That's fair.
And this game was very interesting. So it was almost divided into two types of games. So the first one was like a puzzle game, similar to I guess like Celeste, not by the same developers though. But how it's like each screen is kind of its own puzzle oftentimes, and you'll use the paintbrush and like paint things to make things happen a certain way, and then you move the character onto the platforms or whatever else is there, which was very fun. I think it was a little easy at first, maybe, but I mean that's just how games work. And then there's the boss missions, which are insane. There's a boss that's essentially shooting things at you, oftentimes like a bullet hell almost, and you're moving the guy with the left stick to dodge while you're using the right stick to control the paintbrush to hit the bad guy. So that part was really cool. Now you can never technically lose the boss fight. Like if you got hit too many, you just kind of like black out, and then it'd be like keep going, and then you keep going, which I'm not sure if I liked. Because on one hand, it made it easier to play through. On the other hand, it was kind of like it doesn't really
5
punish
seconds
you for being bad. But long story short, I think this game was great, and I'm gonna give it an.
I'm just gonna let the fucking timer cut his mic right now. That is my new favorite feature of this. We're doing this from now on. I love that the timer just cuts your mic entirely. I only wish that it would cut mine as well if it went off, but I can see the timer, so like... Actually, hold on. Kyle, look at Discord.
Did you send it in your thing, or did you send it in our personal?
No. Like, look at the chat, and then click on my like live stream in chat. I'm just live streaming the clock to you.
Ah, I see.
You can see the timer now.
All right, sick.
Let's go. All right, Chicory in the A tier. All right.
Yeah.
What do I got next? I got Bayonetta 3 next. I would need like a long time to talk about this, but I'm gonna try and sum it up real quick. Bayonetta 3. It's not as good as the first two, like in any stretch of the word. The combat is probably like the best it's ever been, which like, yeah, the gameplay should improve every single game. The story is just not fun. Like it's supposed to be this big like passing of the torch moment of it's got boobs S tier. I mean, yeah, like Bayonetta's hot, MILF energy, whatever you want to fucking say, but like I'm putting it in C with Fallout 76. Like it's just the story is supposed to be this nice like passing of the torch thing from the original Bayonetta to her daughter, and it just doesn't work. I don't like her fucking daughter, and I don't want her to be in the coming games because she's this really annoying like punk rock rebellious trope. Like I fucking can't stand it. That's what I have because I have 1 second.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bummer. I thought that game. I don't know how that game was received.
Again, the gameplay really good, really good Bayonetta gameplay, but I can't separate it from the fact that it's attached to this story that I was the entire time going, "Let it end."
Yeah, that's fair. And I didn't know they were like did a pass the torch thing, so I guess the new game would get rid of Bayonetta.
I guess that was the plan. I don't know if they like, fucking saw the reception of the game's story and like were like, ooh. Yeah. But then again, that might just be my opinion. I haven't really heard anything about the game online. So
I heard a lot of people saying we want Bayonetta 3, and then they made it, and I didn't really hear anything else.
Summary: Paul hates women. Fair. Yeah.
All right. Next game is Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope, which I'm not 100% certain was on my list last year. I don't remember when I played this, but I'm going to pretend like I played it this year.
All right.
And also, this is another game I did not beat. I did not get very far in this game, to be honest. And I thought it was okay. I think the issue with it, because the last game, there was like four, maybe a couple more levels, like actual strategy parts per world. Which at the time I think I felt was a little lacking. I thought they were very good, but I thought it could need more and go further. Whereas this game, I felt like they almost gave you too much. They would give you these really simple, easy puzzles, like smaller little ones, like, kill the 3 Goombas or whatever, and you'd gain all this XP. And you kind of got really strong, and they were really easy, and they almost felt like it was just a waste of time to buffer out more gameplay, basically. And then as I kind of like looked into other people's reviews and what other people said, and a lot of people were saying, yeah, it got really easy, especially doing all the bonus levels and whatnot. And also, there's just some spots that don't have any music, which is kind of a bummer.
Ooh.
Mainly in the overworld, not like when you're actually playing
Oh, there he goes. Timer got his ass.
the timer up. All right. Well, then I will put it in. Shoot, where's my? Sorry. Where is it? There it is.
Oh, hey, Fallout's back.
I think it's going in C tier. I might
That's
put it
fair.
above Fallout 6 though, just because I didn't beat it, so I don't feel fair putting it at the bottom.
That's fair.
And I might go back and beat it at some point just so I can feel like more fulfilled in my opinion on it, because I don't want like just taking people's opinions from the internet and being like, yeah, that.
Yeah. All right. Modern Warfare 3. Oof. All right.
This came out not too like a couple months ago, right?
Yeah. I just purchased it finally last night because it was on sale. But I played
on the list.
I played the beta. I have a lot of opinions about this game, but
For only playing it for one night.
yeah. Well, I played it a little bit with Henry on console.
Gotcha.
All right, Modern Warfare 3. It's going in the fucking C tier. The multiplayer is really good. Like everybody's been saying it, and I agree. The multiplayer is really good. It's a lot of fun. I cannot put this game any higher than fucking C tier because of just. I'm fucking speechless. I don't even know where to fucking start. The entire campaign is ass. It reuses fucking Warzone levels because I guess they just didn't want to actually make fucking levels for their campaign. Fucking the multiplayer thrives on the fact that it's just the Modern Warfare 2 maps that we played fucking 10 years ago. The zombies is a recycled ass Cold War mode. But all in all, the multiplayer is fun, so I wouldn't say it's like a D tier, like terrible game that I played this year. I think that's all I got about it.
Sounds like it's very akin to like the last two Mario parties from.
Last two? Dude, Superstars fucking rocks.
Yeah, but the good stuff was.
Oh, yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, that's what I was getting.
I mean,
at.
but
So,
that
like,
one.
It's good, but it's good because it's all just recycled.
My thing with Superstars is that, like, it's good because everything's recycled and it's recycling good stuff, but that was the point of that game. This is a brand new flagship $70 fucking Call of Duty title, and there is nothing new in this fucking game.
That is a fair point. C tier it is.
He got the clip bottle. Let's fucking go. Vault system is the dumbest shit. Oh, I don't even know what the fucking vault system is. I haven't gotten that far. All right.
He opened it up for 1 minute and said, "Ooh."
I played a couple multiplayer games and I went, Call of Duty, and that was it. It's just like what I did with Modern Warfare 2. I opened it up, played a lot of games, and went, Call of Duty.
Remember those days.
You don't unlock
Right.
weapons by level. Huh?
What?
Oh, is it like Modern Warfare 2 where you unlock them by like leveling up guns that are similar to it? Because I enjoyed that from a gun nut perspective, but I didn't like it from a gameplay perspective. Let's go over to Kyle.
All right. Well, my next game is going to be Super Mario Wonder. And this is one of those
I
games
see. That's horrible.
Maybe I'm being. It's really good. It's a really good game. However, I played it with my cousin, and because of that, I had a lot more fun than I probably would have in single player. However, I do think this is one of those. Most times I play a 2D Mario game, or even the Mario 3D World ones. My opinion is it's fun if you're playing with somebody else. I think you could have fun with this one playing alone. It's really weird. It's quirky. It's silly. And the fact that they could make something as refreshing as this after they made Super Mario Maker and people could just make whatever they wanted, big props to them. Because that was, I think, the big question that I had is how are you going to make another 2D Mario game now that everyone else can make one for you?
Yeah.
And they just brought in so many new, unique mechanics, and the Wonder Flowers really made the game because they kind of activated the quirky wild mode, whatever you want to call it. I don't
10.
know. But yeah, that's it. I'm probably going to put it after Chicory. But I don't know. It's not that deep. But yeah, great game.
Good to know. I'm actually really glad that that's kind of the response people have been having to Mario Wonder, because I saw it and I was just like, it's another fucking Mario game.
No,
Which is my opinion on pretty much every Mario game. So like, you know, I could see like they could announce like the new 3D Mario. It could look like completely fucking different from Odyssey, and I'd still be like, yeah, it's a fucking Mario game.
Yeah. They did a great job of making it like feel worth getting and unique.
Yeah. All right. Crab motherfucking champions, baby. What a fucking game. Oh, that's an immediate... I gotta only put it in A tier because it is still in early access. It's still very bare bones. But, like, what up, Choo Choo Thomas? Fucking...
Barrichello.
Where was I? Crab Champions. This is the first roguelike I've ever actually liked. So that should just tell you something right there. It's fun to move around as a crab. It's fun to shoot as a crab. The enemies are fun to shoot. The like modifiers and all that shit are insane. It's a really good roguelike, and it's just stupid fun. I hope that the like arena multiplayer and battle royale come for it at some point, because I think that would be absolutely just stupidly insane. But yeah, this was a big surprise this year. Yeah, that's all I got.
Cool. I remember I watched you stream that a couple times, and it looked really cool and funny.
Yeah, it is both of those things. It is very funny. It is very fun.
Cool.
I'll be hitting that chug.
I forgot that putting these in OBS as opposed to just making a tier list would require me to then turn all these things on and off as I switch to your screen.
Unlucky.
Yeah, but nonetheless,
You could make another scene without it.
Yeah.
Can't you like
All right,
duplicate
well-
your scene or something?
Can you?
Yeah, you can
It's
duplicate it
Oh, okay.
and then have one where they're all
Good.
turned off or just like not in the scene.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Turn off all these. Let's see if I can do this right then. Dude, see, this is why we have you here. Because if not, we would have... Beautiful. Anyway, next game I played, A Hat in Time. I will... Oh, is this my this is my last game, actually.
Oh, so I'm lightning round after this.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm going to preface this with I have not beat this game yet. I've gotten, I think, fairly far, at least halfway through, I want to say. And the first half of what I've played, I thought it was okay. So if you don't know, it's a 3D platformer game made in like 2016, 2018 by like some indie developers. And I think it, at least in my opinion, I thought it had some flaws with like what a lot of 3D platformers have flaws with, which is like the camera work. But it wasn't awful. It just wasn't super great. I felt like it relied on the charm and like the wittiness of like the game's personality for a good part of like the first leg of the game. Once you got to this one world where all the levels became like an open world thing and you could just go around as opposed to like, here's where the thing is, go grab it. It was kind of like explore, find it. I felt like the levels became much more intricate and complicated and hard, and it became a lot more fun to play. And I think this game is going to go in the B tier, and I might put it above.
We got his rating just before the timer went.
All right, boom.
Let's
nailed it.
go. Also, Hayden just said
yeah.
one of the most vile things I've ever heard him say in chat, and I was awestruck.
What is that?
He said, "You can't tell me the dino in Jurassic Park didn't lay snatch after being called clever girl. I'd have had the rap tussie fully out." That hurts my brain, dude. That genuinely hurts my brain.
Why? Yeah, I'm not going to respond to that one.
Yeah, I just had to read it because, yeah. All right, well, we're lightning rounding through all of my shit. I might just not time myself for this.
Yeah, I mean, take your time. Take your time
Yeah.
if you want. I mean, if you know.
All right, CS:GO. Fucking, what do I have to say? What else do I have to say about Counter-Strike? That's, CS... I'm struggling between S and A because, like, I had so much fun in this game. I love Counter-Strike. I love Valve games. It's really, really fucking good. I'm going to leave it in A because I think there's things that I enjoyed more here. But CS:GO is fucking... It's the greatest first-person shooter of all time. Like, objectively. I like other shooters better, but, like, there's no better tac shooter. There's nothing out there quite like it. And to its counterpart, Counter-Strike 2, yeah, it's going in the C tier. Because how the fuck did you mess that up? All you had to do was update the fucking game. And just every time I have gone to play Counter-Strike 2, there's either somebody fucking cheating, so the anti-cheat doesn't fucking work anymore. Great update. Fucking guns don't spray like they should. Like, how did they fuck it up that bad? At least, like, the very few and far between times I have played Counter-Strike 2, it's felt like utter shit. It has felt so bad in comparison to Counter-Strike Go. It's still Counter-Strike, so I gotta give it points for that, and I'm still gonna put it above fucking that one.
What are we mad about?
Counter-Strike 2.
I see.
Yeah.
Quick side comment. Did you not play the new Zelda game?
No. Why would I have done that?
Okay. I don't know. I thought you
I
might
was
have.
just looking.
Oh.
I'll take it though.
Hi, Kiara.
What's up there?
Kyle says hi. What's up, where?
What's that?
13 Sentinels.
Yes, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
That was a
See?
good one. That was a good one.
All right.
You like your Bad Rats game?
Is Bluey on this list?
No, that is. Yo, I didn't include Bluey on the list.
I was like, I remember you played a game with Kiara.
Hold on, chat. We forgot.
That breaks my heart. Y'all meet Brindle?
I don't need her.
Tears of the Kingdom rules. I believe you. but-
Dog, I just don't like Zelda. Whoever said Tears of the Kingdom rules. I just don't like Zelda. That's why I didn't play it.
Yeah, that was Sophia in my chat.
Ah, what up, Sophie?
For me, it was like I didn't want to invest at the time. Again, like when I did Breath of the Wild, I took my time and took a year to beat it, and I didn't want to do that again.
All right,
It was like, I had a great
fucking
time doing it, but I wasn't doing it again.
yeah. It's I liked my time with Breath of the Wild, but I have no attachment to the Zelda series, and I don't fucking like open world games. So there was no shot I was buying fucking that shit. If I wanted to do what they're doing in that game, I would open Gmod. Like that's my review of fucking new Zelda.
That's
I would have more fun in a 15-year-old mod of Half-Life 2. Which, like, is definitely not a reduction of Gary's mod. I love Gmod. Dead Space. That's another A-tier game. Dead Space Remake is really, really good. Incredible sound design. Looks beautiful. It's Dead Space 1, but, like, a modern Dead Space 1. Really, really good game. Really good game. And, like, I know Hayden has said it a bunch of times, but, like, there are so many good games this year. Like, my A tier is going to be fucking overflowing probably by the time I'm done this. Fire Emblem Engage, another A tier game. I really, really enjoyed my time with this a lot, but the story holds it back from being an S tier game. Story is very, very generic Fire Emblem. This is the best year for video games since 2010s. I mean, I personally love 2021, but that's because, like, half my favorite franchises got new fucking new entries that year. So, like, that was a great year for me. But yeah, Fire
Emblem game, the one with the Marth spirit and all the other spirits.
Yeah. I really like that
Really
mechanic.
good
The gameplay of this one, probably the best gameplay I have played in Fire Emblem. And yeah, the gameplay is better than Three Houses, but the story is worse than Three Houses. So it kind of sits at that A tier. Three Houses was my game of the year 2019, like easily. But like, yeah, good game. A lot of fun. But the story is just very, very generic Fire Emblem story. It's nothing to write home about. Holds it back. GTFO. That's a tough one. I feel like I need to start filling out B tier, but I don't want to put it in B tier, you know?
Grand Theft freaking Auto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to put another one in A tier. I need to start making some separation here. So, bringing all these down. Let's do some separation here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, GTFO is going to be that first, like, genuine B tier game. GTFO is really, really good. I just didn't get into it as much as I probably would have wanted. I think it's made by the original, like, Left 4 Dead people or something, but it is a very, very sick, very complicated co-op shooter, like horde shooter, and it is so cool. Katana, Happy New Year's. Hoping you're having a great day. I am. Thank you, Katana. Yeah, GTFO, really damn good game. Gotta fucking play that more. Hi-Fi Rush, that's probably another B tier game. This game, for lack of a better term, has got the fucking swag. Incredible music. GTFO is great if more people played it. Yeah, I played it with like my brother and I think another one of our friends, and like it was really fun in that respect, but
You were getting the
not something I'm opening on my own. Hi-Fi Rush, really, really fun game. Definitely like the best, just like beat 'em up action game I played this year. Soundtrack's amazing. Story's very predictable, very, very predictable. And like I don't like love it like I love the games in this tier, you know. So like it's going down in the B tier. Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. That's going in C tier. They tried something. I'll give them credit. They tried something. I didn't like it. I was kind of hoping for just Lego Star Wars games like they were in the past. Just all of them. And that is not what this game is. It's like a weird open world kind of fuckery thing. And I don't like it as much.
everything's got to be an open world game now.
Yeah, they try to drag out the playtime. That's what it feels like to me, anyways. Lethal Company, that's a fucking S tier game. I was playing it right before Kyle and I got in call, which is probably the reason the stream got delayed. Between the mods and just the base game alone for this is an S tier game, because this is one of the funniest, like just most fun games I have played, and that kind of determines what my like list is as far as games go. Is just like, what games did I have the most fun with? And Lethal is like the most fun game I have played all fucking year.
Especially when you're with company.
Yeah, Lethal Company, holy shit, man. Like, base game is, the comedic timing is perfect on like everything that happens. The fucking like, I can't gush about this game enough. Proximity chat games fucking sweep every time for me. Resident Evil 4 S tier. Oh shit, I still haven't played the DLC for this. I still got to do that. But yeah, Resident Evil 4 S tier. I think the only thing that puts this above the Dead Space remake is the fact that it's my favorite game of all time, but remade, and it is so good. They nailed fucking everything. It's the exact kind of remake I would have wanted for the game, because I didn't want just a retreading. It's a more horror-focused take, but it still like leans into the fact that it is Resident Evil 4 a very good bit. Yeah. Next we got Remnant 2. Remnant 2 is going straight to the top of the A tier. A game will not be S tier if it's not better than Remnant 2. Remnant 2 surprised the hell out of me, because I kind of just expected to get another like rage game like the first Remnant was. And what I found was a fully competent co-op RPG. Like, I don't know how they did it. It's a looter shooter RPG, and it is probably the best one I have played. It's not my favorite kind of game, but like, it's really good, really mysterious. Settings are great. Shooting's fun. Yeah, we played a fucking lot of that game. It's kind of what I got about it. Spider-Man 2 S tier. It's more Spider-Man.
All right.
Destiny, but if it was good. Yeah, Destiny, but if it was good and it was Dark Souls. Yeah, Spider-Man 2 is going into S tier. It just kind of beats out Miles because it's bigger and longer. There's more of it. And the story in this is insanely good. The gameplay is as good as it ever is. Yeah, dude, there's nothing else I can really say about this game other than it is Spider-Man the sequel. Can't wait for the third one. Yeah.
I thought I heard some people complain a little bit. Maybe it was just a few about the ending of the story of Spider-Man 2.
No, everybody was just complaining about Miles' suit, which is ugly as fuck and is just there for an Adidas collaboration.
Oh, it's an Adidas collaboration?
Yeah, it's an Adidas collaboration. Like, yeah.
Awesome.
Yep, so sick. Love that that's there. Almost makes me want to knock it down a peg, but I won't because the rest of the game's that good. I mean, the ending's a cliffhanger for the third, or not like a cliffhanger, but it sets up the third Spider-Man game. Like, the ending was good.
No, that's fair.
I think the only knock I could throw against this game is I like a funny Venom, but this, like, serious Venom was very, very good. So I'm not going to knock it for that.
Okay.
Jedi Survivor. Yeah, another S tier game. There was a lot of really good this year between, like, these four. Jedi Survivor it's more Jedi Fallen Order. Another fucking S tier game. It's bigger. There's more to do. The story is insanely good. That might genuinely be the best story I've played all year. Like, the characters and, like, everything that goes into it is awesome. I fucking loved Jedi Survivor. Like, every second of it was just a beautiful game. Void Crew, motherfucking B tier. Really, really fun co-op game. Not a lot going on to it, but we had a lot of fun when we played it. It's kind of all I got about it. I'm going to probably also throw Worms in B tier. It's a good game. It's a very good game. It's Worms. I know what I'm getting into with it. I'm going to have, like, funny shit happen, and, like, yeah, that's going to be it. Yakuza Like a Dragon. I'm going to put that, like... I'm going to put it right under Miles. That's an A tier game. Game's really, really good. Can't wait to play more of it. I haven't finished it yet. Otherwise, I might put it higher, like, once it's finished. And I'll probably I will come back to it like I did with 13 Sentinels, because I hadn't finished 13 last year. But if this game keeps pace with how it is, it probably will move into S tier, but I haven't seen enough of it yet. And you'll probably, like, hear me say that about a bunch of albums when we get to them. WarioWare Move It, B tier. It's really, really fun. You need other people to play it with, and I don't think there's a whole lot going on in there.
In the game itself, you mean?
Huh?
In the game itself, you mean it? Like, there's not a lot going on in the game?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot to do in the game, but, like, it's a WarioWare game. I know what I'm getting into.
Yeah.
And last but certainly not least, well, last but probably least, the Bluey game.
Woo!
Putting it in C tier. I beat it in 2 hours. That's the explanation I'm giving. We 100%ed the Bluey game in fucking 2 hours. I'm not putting it any higher than C. Like, I know I'm one of the people that likes to be like, not every game needs to be a 60-hour open world extravaganza, but, like, we couldn't have done a little bit more. Like, I know it's a kid's game, but, like, yeah, that's where we're sitting with that. All right. Kyler, have you been leaving your S tier open for your game of the year?
I have been trying to change my layout and have been struggling, but if it's not obvious, actually I should have put something in the S tier just for my game of the year, but one moment, I'm so sorry. Here we go. Obviously, because I kind of put it first, Pikmin is going to be my game of the year. I
Yeah.
just felt like it was a lot of fun. The strategy, honestly, I didn't even get the poison Pikmin yet, the little white guys.
Oh.
I might 100% it. Like, it might be a game that's worth 100%ing for me. If that says anything, as someone who's trying to get through games so I can just play more games.
That's fair.
So yeah. No, I
Nice.
really like this game. I definitely think it's worth it.
I had a feeling that was going to be game of the year for you.
Yeah.
All right. My game of the year, if it wasn't clear by how I talked about it, it's fucking Lethal Company, baby. Holy shit. Again, like, that was an S tier game on its own. Mods pushed that shit to game of the year. I fucking... In the session that we were playing right before we came in here, Kyle, we installed a fucking mod for the boombox that put a whole bunch of stupid-ass songs on it.
Yeah.
And one of the ones was it's the Roxanne, but it's just him saying rocks. And, like,
Love that.
they're walking around with that fucking playing, and it literally goes, rocks! Like the fucking Police song. And then they just get fucking capped by the Nutcracker with the shotgun. Like, you can't invent funnier shit than this. Like, yeah. Also, I'm just going to throw Bad Rat Show into the fucking bottom there. Because we know that that's probably down there, too. All right. Download image. All right. I've got my tier list saved. It'll get posted to Twitter later. Yeah, so that's games of the year. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We're going to go to albums of the year in a second here. Which I'm excited for. Very, very excited for. I do want to remind everybody that before I get into this albums thing, there's a lot of really good albums this year, and if I put something in B tier, I still think it is good.
There's so many albums that were fantastic this year.
Oh yeah, dude. There was a lot of really good shit. Biggest things for albums. Obviously it's our subjective opinions. I'm gonna rate Snitch. I'm gonna rate Snitch what I think is fairly. Because it probably it's my fucking album. I made it. I love it. Like it would be album of the year. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it would have been, but I'm gonna rate it how I think is fair. Yeah, a lot of really good music this year. I didn't include albums from past years that I listened to for the first time this year. Because
I was going to actually ask you about that because I got into Bjork this year, and let me tell you,
you got into Bjork.
Yeah, and she's got the best 5-album run of all time, in my opinion. Like from debut to Medulla, man, amazing.
I can't really argue because Fall Out Boy had to decide to fuck it up and make Save Rock and Roll.
But they were close.
If the album that would have contained Alpha Dog, From Now On We Are Enemies, and Lake Effect Kid would have came out, they would have had the best 5-album run of any fucking band.
Yeah.
Every Time I Die is another one that has a really good 5-album run. But, yeah. I think we're only going to match on maybe, like, an album or two here, Kyle.
Let's see. Oh my gosh, I forgot the Gorillaz album came out this year. Oh,
I really forgot about that one. That was one that I like. There was a lot of these that I had to like look up and be like, did that album fucking come out this year?
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Yeah, like
I don't know why it's like getting me so weird.
Like the new Gideon album right here. I completely forgot about that album, but that was all I played for like a week when it came out, and then it just like it faded from me so quickly. Yeah.
Also, I'm going to do. I've listened to like 100+ albums this year, so I'm not doing a tier list. I was just going to do my top 10.
Oh, okay.
And then like maybe talk about other honorable mention ones. So I made a couple lists that I'm just going to pull up, and I'll just talk about albums if that. So it'll be kind of like a tier list.
Yeah,
like
you
want to
talking
about them. I just won't be ranking them through A through D.
Snitch is above S tier. Yeah, Snitch is in the tier of I made the fucking album. Of course I love it. Of course it is everything I wanted.
Stands for.
Yeah, the S is Snitch tier, baby. No, it's fucking not. Again, I'm gonna rate Snitch fairly on like all of my own critiques of it and like how I kind of feel about it and like how I feel as a listener, not as the dude who wrote it.
Well, also as a dude who wrote it, I feel like you have so many extra critical points to make.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like again,
maybe production or vocal takes or something like that.
Oh, 100%. Like my biggest criticism of Snitch is bro can't sing. I can now, thank God, but well, I'm still learning.
Well now.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's
Melodyne saves us all. So
I think it's a bit of like demoitis as well. Of like, I started writing these songs in fucking like 2016, dude. I've been living these songs for what is it, like 7 years or something.
Yeah.
As much as I love them, I'm very thankful that they're out. I'm very thankful that they turned out as good as they did and that like people are loving them at shows and shit. But like, I'm almost kind of tired of these songs at this point.
And the next all the verses to the song.
And the next EP's not gonna help that because it's 3 old songs and 1 new one. But eventually we'll put out like actual new music that we've worked on. I think we're just going to be constantly like 2 years behind writing wise, but let me come over to you.
Okay. I'm just looking at you right now.
Okay.
I'll pull up my honorable mentions list and I can just go through.
Yeah.
I got like, I do want to talk about 1 or 2 more real quick that weren't from this year. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of the band Pan Chico.
Pachinko?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Pachinko fucking rocks.
Their they're this album from technically 2000. If you don't know the full story,
I think your camera's blocking it, but I assumed it was death metal.
yeah, definitely. Can you not see it here when I click on it?
I can see it now. I think my stream's like way behind for you, so I'm gonna refresh real quick.
I'll refresh too and make sure it looks good on
Yeah.
my laptop. Okay, yeah, cool. But if you don't know, this was a EP that was made back in 2000 by I think some teenagers or something, maybe early 20s. I don't know. But either way, I guess they handed some CDs out to some people. And then in 2016, 16 years later, after this band disappeared for 16 years because they just stopped and moved on with their lives, someone found one of their CDs in an old record bin in Nottingham or Birmingham or somewhere in the UK. They're a UK band. And they just put it on 4chan or Reddit or something and said hey, found this CD. Sounds really cool. But also it sounds like it might have some CD rot. Anybody know what band this is? To which then everyone on the internet tried to find the band. And sure enough, 4 years later, finally in 2020, someone somehow got a hold of the lead singer and was like, hey, don't know if you're ever going to see this message, but are you the lead singer of this band? And he went, yeah. And basically, I guess they just found out that people were going crazy over their 4-song EP that had CD rot, to which then he just decided to release the EP. So can we see the track list here? Yes. If you see the track list underneath my head.
Oh, I just realized it is Panchico. I thought it was Pachinko for the longest time.
I don't know.
I didn't see that end. That end.
But yeah, so the first 4 were the original songs, and the other.
Oh, are these ones down here the rotted versions of them?
Yeah.
Oh
So
my,
they're,
that's
all
so
the stories.
sick.
Yeah, it was amazing. It's such a cool story. That's why I just wanted to talk about it real quick.
Yeah.
Because I find that that's worthy of a movie.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't put the timer on for that.
An album this year, so.
Yeah, that was what I saw. That was on Maddie Caffrey of the Callous Cowboys' list. It was the new Panchico.
Yeah. It was good. But so that was just the last thing I wanted to talk about. I added 4 new albums this year that weren't from this year though to my 10 out of 10 list. So I just kind of want to talk about that.
Nice.
Let me pull up my honorable mentions list now. Advertisement. So here's my and honestly, I could have added there's 8 honorable mentions here. I could have added so many more because there were so many great ones. I'm gonna start with the 10,000 Gex one because it's above my head.
And that's also my first one in my list.
So I figured we could just go back. You could just kind of carry off of me after I go over this one.
Yeah. Do you want me to time it still?
Yeah, why not? Let's just
Fuck
time
it.
I'll ramble way too much. But this album was great. If you would have asked me start of the year if this album was going to be on my top 10 list, I would have been definitely, absolutely. And honestly, this was probably one of my favorite albums for the longest time of this year because I do feel like this year started off a bit slow. And this
I'll get to
album
that comment
was
in a
just
second,
so good.
Chris.
It was so diverse. I mean, I just lowered my chair down. It had ska, it had hyperpop, pop punk. It had basically a children's song with Frog on the Floor, which was probably my favorite because I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
It's such a fun listen, and it doesn't take itself seriously, but it's still really good at the same time. Props to 100 Gex for doing what they always do.
Yep. I agree with pretty much everything you said. This album's fucking funny. My big thing that I will always say, I'm gonna throw it in B tier. Because again, B tier is good. But the thing with 100 Gex and why I loved, 1,000 Gex was their first album that they did.
Yes.
What I love with that is you can hear these weird little glimpses where you sit there and you go, oh, holy fuck, these people are so good at making music. They know exactly what they're doing and they could make hits that would never leave the fucking Hot 100. And yet they choose to do what they do. Yeah. And that is the insane thing of 100 Gex and why I love them so much. It's kind of a similar thing with Callous Cowboys where I'm just these dudes could make some of the best metal ever made, and they simply choose to do wild ass shit. So B tier for the my other thing for the albums list is I have EPs on here as well. I'm including them because fuck it, why not?
Cool.
Yep. Back to Kyle.
Yeah, let's go back over to
Next mention. Oh, hold on. Can I address some blasphemy in the fucking chat right now?
Yeah. What are we talking about?
The new
I saw something
Silent
else.
Planet album. Listen, I'm not the biggest Silent Planet fan out there. I like them a lot. They're a very cool band. I'm very glad that they're getting as big as they are. But you are smoking huge fucking dicks if you think this is not their best album. I'm putting it in A tier now. It's Silent Planet's best album they've made so far. It just has such a good vibe to it. It fucking rocks. It's heavy. Yeah. I like all of the Silent Planet albums, but I think this is their best work so far. Back to Kyle.
Cool. All right. Next one. Oops, that's not it. This one. I'm just going to move up and then move down from under 100 gex. So let's move up to Model Actress with Dog Body.
All right.
And
Timer
this one,
engaged.
Do you like dance music? Do you like punk music? Do you like industrial noise rock music? Well, then you will love this album. And I just remember there's a dildo on the cover, so I'm not sure if I'm allowed to put that on Twitch.
Ooh. Getting out of there.
We'll move on from that one. All right, Paul, your turn.
All right. Cool.
I didn't know there was a dildo on the cover all year. And then I watched someone else talking about it earlier this year, and they're like, yeah, there's a dildo on the cover.
Chris, isn't Iridescent their last one? And didn't people not fucking like that album? I don't know. I don't think I listened to Iridescent. The last one I listened to... We're having Silent Planet arguments. Fucking where is it? What was the last album I listened to from them?
Why is your microphone naked?
Oh, because last night while I was streaming Half-Life, the windscreen started fucking shedding on my desk. Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yeah, When the End Began was the last one I listened to from them, and that one was fucking incredibly good. Loved Super Bloom more than that one. Iridescent I heard people didn't like, which is kind of funny. Trilogy. Is this just... Hold on. Oh no, The Night God Slept. Yeah, okay, never mind. Because they did the... Didn't they re-record Night God Slept? Yeah, they did.
Who's the person you're beefing with, by the way? Their message is white and my Twitch is white, so I cannot see that.
It's my friend Chris. He plays games with us sometimes and stuff. Gotcha. I love Iridescent. Never knew people weren't a fan of it. I heard a couple people weren't. I heard a lot of people were just like, yeah, this is a step backwards for the band. And then they put out Super Bloom, which, in my opinion, big, good, solid step forward. Are we on me again?
Yes, we are.
All right. I'm going to just like kind of keep Spotify up on another monitor so I can see track lists.
That's fair.
Fucking... Oh. Okay. All right. Baby Gravy 3 is also going in the B tier. The Well is Silent Planet's best song. I won't budge on that. Yeah, give Super Bloom another listen. Fucking... Alright, Baby Gravy 3. It's going in the B tier. I think the gimmick is kind of wearing off of the Baby Gravy tapes, but like there are still some fun songs in here, like No Way Jose, Nightmare on Peachtree Street, fucking You Need Jesus, Swiper Nose Swiping, Despicable G's, Touch Grass, C'est La Vie. This one just didn't hit as hard as the other ones. Maybe my expectation. Huh?
Is that Young Gravy?
It's Young Gravy and Baby No Money under their shared name of Baby Gravy. They do one of it's basically like they'll do a year where they both release separate albums and then they release a Baby Gravy tape and then they do separate albums and then like they've kind of gone back and forth over and over.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
album or EP, sorry.
It's an album. It's 12 songs.
Okay. Cool. I just haven't heard of it.
Yeah. Clocking in at 31 minutes of Baby Gravy goodness. I think I also am just a fan of their solo works better. Like, I think they work better separated. Like, I think when they try to come together, I don't think they lean enough into either of their like kind of gimmicks because they're both like kind of gimmicky rappers. But
Yeah, they're like funny, but like not like comedy.
yeah, new Spirit
Yeah.
Box. They won me back after Rotoscope. Was not a big fan of the Rotoscope EP compared to the song. I remember people said Rotoscope was really weird. I think I still haven't listened to that. But yeah, I'll get to that one eventually. All right, back to Kyle.
All right. So we're gonna avoid the Model Actress album.
Yeah, Kyle showing smut
uh,
on the fucking timeline.
Yeah, the King Gizzard and the Laser Wizard, Petrodragonic Apocalypse, semicolon, or, comma, Dawn of Eternal Night, colon, and Annihilation of Planet Earth, and the begin, and then it cuts off on this website because I don't know why the title's so long.
Dude,
so this is King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizards dip into thrash metal. And honestly, I've always liked their metal and more heavier rock stuff, but I feel like most of the time I'll lean more towards their lighter, folkier sound. But this album really hit for me, and this one was another one that was close to making my top 10 list. It's just really good. I don't know what else to say. It's really good thrash metal. I'm not good at describing metal that well because I don't listen to metal super often.
That's fair.
This one really did it for me. The vocals, the riffs, the cool time signatures. Yeah, I was really impressed by it, and it's probably one of my favorite King Gizzard records now. So cool.
Nice. All right. I guess since Chris just talked about it, I'll go to the new Spirit Box one. Yeah, we'll go right to that. So Chris is now in control of which albums I go to. Not completely, but if he keeps naming off ones, he might be. Spirit Box. I'm going to preface this with, once again, B is good. It's going in the B tier. It's probably going to be like top of my B tier. I like it. There's some really, really good songs. Yeah, I didn't listen to the Peeling Flesh EP. Or Psycho Frame. I need to listen to that too, because that's ex-Vatican members. It's going in B. There's some really good songs on here. I'm just not the biggest fan of like Spirit Box's like style of metalcore that they make. It's good. I also think that would have said low A or top of B. Yeah, that's fair. I think if an album is not better than the Spirit Box EP, it does not make it up into the A tier. But yeah, it's good. It's got a lot of good. It's got 6 very solid Spirit Box songs, and that's all it ever had to be. Back to Kyle. I also forgot to do my timer, but I'm gonna say that I was probably under a minute with that.
No, that was good. I was responding to a message asking about the new Nicki album, and I forgot to listen to it.
Oh, I listened to a couple songs because they came up because they had features on them from people I actually like.
Was that a new album or was it like a re?
Yeah, it was a new album. It was Pink Print 2, I think.
I heard somewhere that it was like a remaster or remix or something, or like expanded edition, which is why I didn't listen to it, I think. Also, I didn't hear that it was. All of a sudden, I heard people talking about it, but I don't know.
It released very recently.
Okay, people were talking about it like it was around for a while, and I was like, did I miss this release or was it like did it just happen?
Fuck?
That's why I was confused.
It's Pink Friday 2, and the deluxe is called Gag City Deluxe.
It's probably because it had 2 in it. I was probably like, oh, it's like a
Let's go.
extra.
Yeah.
And the deluxe probably made me think it was like.
Why is there a fucking deluxe? It's already 22 tracks. Just stop.
It's got to be longer.
Oh, I hate it, dude. I hate it when artists of that nature make 20-something track albums. Like fucking
like Drake. Drake's a big problem with that. Or I'll just release album after album.
Oh yeah, dude. Fucking or like when pop albums have like 18 songs. I'm like,
yeah.
You are not doing anything highly conceptual. There is no need for this. Just release more albums more frequently.
It's just for the slight chance that someone might go, I think I like this one slightly better than the other one.
Yeah.
And listen to that one instead.
I think it's just a marketing gimmick at this point. It's like, oh, you get so many songs for buying the whole album.
Yeah. That's true.
All right, Feeble Little Horse, Girl with Fish.
Girl with Fish. This is like indie rock with some slight shoegaze inspiration, and it's got noise pop there, it says, on the genres on this website, which you can see I'm not blocking. Cool. This was a really nice, short and sweet album by Feeble Little Horse. I think it was just under 30 minutes, And yeah, if you see my you don't see my comment down there. I'm just gonna scroll down because I think this is the best way to describe it. Is it was real fuzzy sounding as shoegaze do be, yet still had this very cutesy kind of vibe to it. There were some fun melodies, some catchy choruses, while still feeling like scuzzed out, fuzzy, and shoegazy and noisy. It's just a really cool combination to have, and it makes me feel a little good inside. So yeah,
Nice.
that's it.
All right, back over to mine. We're gonna go. I'm just gonna start going in order here. All right, we got Blueprint Blue by Stopwatch. I will say I'm a little biased in this one. These are some of my friends from back in Maryland, from like the scene back there. This is a couple of good friends of mine who, for some reason or another, got together and decided they wanted to just play like pop punk rock music, and it's good. It is good. Probably some of the best work I've ever heard out of two of these guys. The other dude was in a couple of like bigger bands that did like really, really crazy stuff. But yeah, absolutely. Like, I not to toot my buddy's horns all the entire time, but like it's a really good little EP. I'm excited to see what the hell they do. Yeah, that's what I got.
Cool. I actually, I need to go back and listen to that again, but I saw like you and I think a couple other people talking about it. And I went back and listened to it, and again, I can't remember.
Yeah, so
I need to go back though and try again.
It's a couple of my friends, Mike, Nick, and Phil from back in Maryland. They used to be in a band called Suburbs together. Basically, this is Suburbs without the second guitarist. And they were just like, fuck it, let's make just like fucking rock music. And it's good. It's like nice, just like rock.
Yeah, I'll check it out again then.
Yeah.
I've listened to it once, but again,
What
that
the
was so long ago
fuck?
and I don't remember much. So yeah,
Dude, I love this album cover.
this one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this band is one of those bands that has to get big. Like it's like dad rock, but in the coolest way. It's like if dad rock was made now. Like that's the best way to put it. Is it's like a classic blues rock feel, but with this modern eclecticness that makes it not feel like it's ripping off old music. You know, like people might accuse other bands of doing with whether it's like
Gotcha.
the 80s synth pop or just like the old classic rock style that people rip off now. They do it in a much more modern. It feels unique to them is the best way to put it. And there's some absolute bangers on there. Honestly, one of my songs of the year on this album, Cowboy Nudes.
Cowboy
That song-
Nudes?
Cowboy Nudes. Yes.
Oh,
It is
fuck yeah.
fantastic. It's got a banger like drum break slapped in the middle of it where they got all these honestly the drums through all of it is like really cool. They got a lot of hand drums and different interesting things going on in there. And I'm going to see them in August and I am stoked. They're opening for King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard and I am so excited. But yeah, this album should not fly under the radar. If you have not listened to it, you should. As long as you like rock, you will probably like it.
Excellent. You've been timered, and it's going to keep going off because I'm making a nice little playlist of albums that I'm interested in from your shit.
I definitely think that one.
I still can't hear you because the timer's still going off, but cool.
I'll say this now.
Fucking dismiss! Oh, there we go. All right, I'm good.
There's a band called Goose and there's a band called Geese, and apparently both of them on the same day recently announced a departure of a band member.
Damn!
People were like, "Hey," not for any controversial reasons. I don't know about the Goose one. I haven't listened to them, but Geese, the guy was just like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go finish school." So he was like, "See ya."
That's very fair. Very fair. All right, on to mine. Yeah, Chris said only other ones I recognize are Snitch, Currents, Holding Absence, Callous Cowboys, Johnny Booth, Polaris, and which he hasn't listened to Polaris yet, which fair. The next one is fucking Flatbush Zombies. There's a mixtape they did this year. I genuinely don't remember listening to this or anything about it, so I'm just gonna put it in C tier, because clearly it wasn't anything that like spoke to me in any kind of way. But I don't remember it being bad. So
Who was it?
Flatbush Zombies. They did a mixtape this year.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
Cool.
was that?
Is that it?
Yeah, that's what I got.
They released a thing.
Yep. That's what I have about them.
Yes. This one. Oh, advertisements. All right. This one. Angel Electronics. This is like my own little personal vibe. It's not a
Ooh.
super big or popular album from what I've seen, but it features one of my favorite artists, Ada Rook, who is one half of Black Dresses, and also one whole of Ada Rook. And she also released a solo album this year, and I'm just mentioning it because the title of that album is called God Come Poltergeist. Awesome. But
Excellent.
this is like a pop punk power pop album. It comes off kind of corny, but I feel like it does it in a way that's really fun and self-aware, similar to like 100 Gex, where it's like it feels like it's playing into the genre as much as it's just like it's not being derivative. Also, it has like Ada's typical, really like heavy sounding guitar tones in it, which I always find really interesting. And it's got really cool melodies, and yeah, it's I think it's pretty solid. And this one also came out earlier in the year, January 23rd, and it kind of got me through the first couple months of 2023 when not a lot was going on. So yeah, I thought this one was fun. It was cute. It was cool.
Said
Boom. Angel Electronics.
So this is like fucking pop punk?
Not typical pop.
Okay. Oh, timer.
I don't know if you like it. You might find it.
I
interesting.
threw it on the list because I'm interested based
Yeah.
on the album art alone.
No, the album art's really cool looking.
I feel like that's what I've done for these last two. Is I'm just like, what of Kyle's has cool album art that I want to look into?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's like industrial metal guitars. That's probably why that's there. Because like it's not industrial metal. It's just like the guitar tones are pretty heavy. It's I don't know. I think it's fun. Anyway.
All right. What even is industrial music? Nobody knows. I just say Nine Inch Nails every time.
Yeah.
All right.
Have you also been plagued on your Twitter with people making the same dumb music joke? Because they'll be like, "This is my top 10, like, experimental hip hop albums," and then they'll put like rock albums on there as a joke, and it was funny like once. And
I
then
have
people
not
doing
seen
it
this
over
joke.
and over again, and it's not funny anymore.
I would have to agree. It definitely wouldn't be funny for like the third time, but the first time I saw that, I probably would have had a good chuckle to it.
Yeah, that was cool because it's like, oh, my favorite. It was like kind of akin to like my favorite rap album, and then it's like Igor by Tyler the Creator, which isn't really a rap album, more. Like
Yeah,
R&B.
yeah.
That it was kind of off of that, but then people just kind of kept doing it, and it was like it's not funny anymore.
I see. All right. Next up, we got fucking the new not mugshot. Fucking Jesus Christ, the new Mouth for War EP. Fucking that shit heavy. I'm putting it above Gex.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's just fucking nasty. My biggest complaints and why it stays out of A and S tier is that I can't hear what the fuck the dude is saying. Like his voice is so goddamn. Oh, I didn't even start my timer, but whatever. His voice is so goddamn buried, and I can't stand that in an album. Like I know it's the style, I know it's the kind of band they are, but like I just it could have been even better than how good it is. Mm-hmm. That's my one complaint and why it stays in B tier. Cool. Which again, B tier is good. I'm going to keep fucking stressing that.
The B in B tier stands for bad. Don't listen to them.
Yeah. Actually, you're correct. Also, again, a little bit biased because we played with Mouth for War and that was an insane set. But yeah.
Cool.
Yo, Shrimp, what up?
So I put this one on my honorable mentions list just because in terms of mainstream music.
Oh man, Kyle's a teenager.
Yeah, this album is really good. As someone who thought that her last album was kind of okay, I really enjoyed this one. It was fun, it was charming, and it had that, as you said, teenager spirit. It felt like, and that's what I appreciated with a lot of her music, even like her last album, even though I wasn't huge on it, is that she wasn't trying to like be mature as a teenager. She's like, hey, I got teenager problems, and here they are. And if
totally fair.
Just don't listen. Yeah. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about it because I think it's probably my mainstream album of the year. So
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. I unfortunately did not listen to that one. Her music has seemed like something that I just know I won't be able to get into because it just doesn't talk about anything I care about. But
Yeah,
like,
there's some fun lines on there.
again, for who it's for, good music.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'm not relating personally to it, but I'm
Yeah.
understanding. It's like I can understand. It's like, yeah, teenager problems. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cool. Next up, fucking Granite State finally put out a goddamn EP. Hold on, let me see. Let me see here real quick. I want to look through the fucking discography. They actually put out two things. I didn't listen to The Mountain yet, but yeah, Granite State, after 5 years of just putting out singles and demos, Granite State have finally put out a fully fledged EP. And I'm gonna say it, boys, well worth the wait. Hope they see this clip. It's very good. I'm putting it above the Mouth for War one. They did a very cool, like, conceptual, very, very vibey, just heavy ass metal album. It rocks. Cut Off from the Sun rocks. I do need to listen to their little doomy song, The Mountain, but it's probably not going to be my thing. But yeah, Cut Off from the Sun. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Cool.
I also feel bad because, like, we're drilling through so many releases that I think I listened to once or twice right now. So, like, I'm trying to grasp for things to say about, like, these albums and all that. I'm back on your stuff.
All right. You must be like real far behind because like I've been off the Olivia Rodrigo thing for a while.
Yeah, no,
Maybe my stream's just lagging a lot. I don't know.
No, I'm pretty far behind you because, like, when I switch it over, it takes forever for it to switch back over to me.
Gotcha.
Right.
Then, if you can't see, I am on Genesis Owusu's album titled Struggler. So I'm just gonna keep shouting out some more albums that I like this year, just because I have a lot more to talk about, and I saw that you still have a good bit. So I was just gonna, once you got to like 10, that's when I'd probably start going over my top 10.
Yo, totally fair.
So, and this one also I think that really like. It's like a like punk album, dance punk. I think I've even like a couple months ago or something when you did a stream, you were like getting music recommendations. I played one of his songs from his last album, which I loved his last album, and you were into it. So I just wanted to pull this one up because I think that you would really like this album.
Okay, that's going on the list.
Yeah, I thought it was solid. I do think I liked his last album better though, just because it was a bit more diverse. This one's more focused into the punk, dance punk, post punk kind of vibes, whereas the other one got a bit. This one has some more soul moments,
5 seconds,
and R&B moments, but the last one definitely like pulled and would go more into each direction. So yeah,
you're real good at timing that.
it's the mass comm major in me.
Is that a writing credit? Is Pat Morrissey the one from, what is he from? The Smiths?
Are you thinking of a? I don't know actually. Let me see. It doesn't. I'll have to Google him.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
All right. Fucking another band we played with.
That's not him.
What'd you say?
Sorry, I looked it up and it says he's an American politician serving as the 34th Attorney General of the West Virginia.
Oh, interesting.
Don't think that's him.
I don't think that is the same Pat Morrissey. All right. Mugshot, Cold Will. I don't remember anything from this either. I think this is another one that I listened to once and did not listen to again. However, I ain't never heard a bad Mugshot song, so I'm putting them right there with Mouth for War. Mugshot just fucking rip. They make heavy-ass music. That's all I really have. I know damn well there was not an uninspired or bad song on that fucking record. I think I listened to it once and did not listen to it again, unfortunately. And I had a grand plan to make a playlist of all of the albums from this year that I listened to, and I didn't do it for my 2 16-hour car rides I had to do. Dude, I was so bummed, Nick, when they broke that string at the show because they were about to play fucking Good People, or they were about to play their song Good People, and I was so ready to hear that and did not get to hear it because of that. But back to Kyle.
I slacked very hard on making a playlist this year.
I don't usually make playlists for anything like that. But I was going to make like I think that's probably how I'm going to keep track of it this coming year is every time I listen to an album in full, just add it to the playlist. And then that way at the end of the year, when I do my fucking pilgrimage to and from Maryland and New Jersey, I can like just play that as I'm going through and I can like hear all these albums again and have like a fresh mind on them all.
Yeah. Well, typically, because at this point I just started kind of using album of the year to keep track of my albums, but each year I've been trying to do like a favorite songs of insert year.
I really should do that at some point.
Yeah, I did it for like 4 months, maybe 6 tops, and then I just completely forgot to add anything else to it, which sucked because most of my favorite stuff came in the second half of this year. So
yeah,
I missed out on a lot. But I'm just going to talk about the
Hold
Gorillaz
on.
album. That's what's up next.
Before you do, I must address what Nick has said, which these allegations are utterly true. Nick said that was also the show when I saw you come sprinting from outside and then two-step and then crowd kill when a song came on, and I almost shit myself laughing. We actually, let me find it real quick. We have live video footage of this, Nick. Not of everything of it, but where the fuck? Wait a minute. Oh my god. Kyle, have you kept up with Alpharad Gold the entire year?
I haven't not watched. I've been keeping up with what they've been doing, but I've not watched most of it.
Okay. Let's just say they uploaded a video titled "The End," and it's exactly the video you think it is.
All right, I'll also watch. I saw it was premiering, and I was like, I'll watch it later, unless they're like deleting the channel or something. I don't know.
I don't think they are. Great bit, though. Great bit. All right, chat. We have... I don't know if we have live evidence of you two stepping, but we have live evidence of me running up on this shit. So, to set the scene, we're loading out. Downswing is the band in this clip. My face is blocking it, but Downswing starts playing one of their songs from their 2017 EP, which I didn't think they were going to play. It's an old-ass EP. But I heard this drum pattern from outside, and my ass sprinted in the venue after having just played a set and just loaded out all of our fucking gear into the trailer. So here's the clip. Shout out Florida Hardcore for filming shows. Here I come. Just fucking run right into people. So that's our clip of that, thankfully.
Even when Paul's not in the band, he's in the band.
Yeah, I had to hit the mic grab. I was like, it's the only song by them I'm gonna know all night, which is mad unfortunate. Oh shit, I didn't go back to your stuff, Kyle.
That's all right. I got it up now. I was watching the video. So I'm just going to talk about the Gorillaz album just because it's always up next for you.
Yes, sir.
And honestly, I was a little disappointed in it.
Ooh, hot take. Well,
I think there's some solid songs on there. I think the Cracker Island song is phenomenal.
yes.
And I think that was one of the biggest problems for me is they started off the album cycle with what I would probably say is the best song on the album. Which to me then means that each subsequent time a song gets released, I go, that was good, but not as good as the last one. And then so on and so forth.
That's very, very fair.
Yeah.
There's
There's probably only like 3 songs maybe I'd go back to often on this one. So, yeah. I don't think any of it's bad. I just don't think in terms of, especially like with their discography, I don't think it hits the highs that they've hit before.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's no Plastic Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. On to my opinions on Cracker Island. My opinions are this is their best album. I'm going to start timer. This is their best album since Plastic Beach. I would absolutely agree with Kyle that like it's not as good as like some of their hiatus break work. Whatever you want to call that period. Like it's not as good as Plastic Beach. I don't like it as much as Demon Days. But I do absolutely think that this is their best work since the hiatus. I think there's a lot of really good songs. It does, like you said, it definitely sucks that they put out Cracker Island first, and that's probably the best song on here.
Yeah.
I maybe like New Gold better, just off of like personal taste stuff. But
Yeah.
I spun this continuously for a long time this year, and it's going in A tier for me. Again,
Because it came out in February and it was very slow. Very slow first 4 or 5 months.
yeah, that it was. That it
Yeah.
was.
I also probably like the what's the 2020 album more? The oh my gosh, I'm blanking.
2020. Oh, Song Machine.
Song Machine.
No,
Yes,
that's
thank you.
understandable. That's very understandable. I forget,
I,
dude. I always forget about Song Machine
mm.
because it was so just. It wasn't like a normal Gorillaz album. Which, to be fair,
It
it
was like a
was.
compilation.
Yeah, it was more of like a compilation of songs.
Yeah, because at that point they probably already had like 6 to 8 songs released as singles before they even announced the album.
Yeah, which
And
I thought they were
I
just going to
think
be
that was
doing
genius.
like weekly episode or like monthly episodes like that and stuff. And I was
Yeah.
like, this is sick. But I always forget that it's an actual album.
Yeah, and as somebody who typically likes albums to feel more full and complete and doesn't want to hear most of it before it came out, I think for that, what they did with that gimmick, I think it worked.
Yeah,
The
that.
whole song machine, and if you, it's less album feeling, more compilation feeling. I think. It's
Yeah, no, that shit rocked. I loved Sound. I always forget about it because of that reason, but I loved Sound Machine.
great. Yeah.
Dude, I gotta run and pee real quick. Chat, do you mind if we take a quick pee break?
I'll talk about other things while you wait.
All right, fuck
Or
it.
if you
I'll leave it
play
up.
something.
Floor is yours, Kyle. Have fun.
All right. Let's talk about some non-2020 albums that I also 2024 albums. Let's talk about the Kiro Bonito album. Maybe I should wait for Paul for this because I think he might have listened to it. But also, there's this like person's knee who's burning up in this advertisement. It's making me very uncomfortable, especially because like, never mind. But yeah, so the Kira Bonito album was really fun. I never really got into them this year. Oh, I should talk about iCup. Sorry, I'm reading my chat now. Sorry, Paul listeners. I'll talk about iCup after I talk about this album if Paul's not back by then. But yeah, no, I mean this album is kind of everything that like I look for in a lot of music. Noise pop is probably the best way to put it, even though it's probably more like indie pop, indie rock. But there's some really cool, interesting noise moments, which I love a lot. I think the song Sometimes is really sweet, it's really fun. That's probably one of my favorites. And yeah, I think this was probably one of my favorite finds that were not from this year that I found this year. Even her older discography I thought was really great. And that's it. But if you didn't know, what's this? It's iCup. So yeah, I made. If you like noisy music, and I don't mean like metal music, I mean like actual noise music. Honestly, it's not even noise music really though. There's definitely noisier stuff out there as I've learned more recently. And it really does a lot of things. But this is kind of a side project I worked on this year because I didn't want to keep writing the indie rock stuff I was doing, and it was just kind of my way to experiment with different sounds and different ideas. I mean, just this like Leftical is a electronic song I wrote using a sample that I got from a YouTuber I watch where he talks about how he dropped his phone on his testicle and bruised it. Dancy Kong's like an electric pop song. Same with that one with like some I don't know if EDM is the right word, but the wow, I don't know. Happy is just a generic sounding pop song that was fun. Twitter is like a hyper pop industrial song. Don't even know how to describe Get Weird. But yeah, so I did this and I released a song at the end of each month, which was kind of my thing to kind of help myself create. So that's just like a ambient instrumental thing. This one I also have no idea how to describe. It is, yeah. If you like listening to weird different music, and again, most of these are pretty short songs. Check it out. You might not like it, but you might go, "Hey, he tried something." You know. Rest again. Like I don't even know how to describe half of these. It's just me. This is like a mumble rap, but like in a weird time signature. Yeah, it's art. You wouldn't get it. Reading my chat again. Art is cool too. Wait, art for which one? Any of them? Pretty Colors is its own genre. Nothing else is that similar. Yes. Catholic Guilt is a sad song. And then this fart, which is 10 minutes and 20 seconds, and was basically just my excuse to staple 3 songs together. So yeah, I don't know what to do now. I thought Paul would be back by now. Maybe he's pooping. Who knows? But yeah, so if you want to check it out, I guess I can promote my other music. I don't know when I'll release more of it. Not Stanley Cord, just the regular Stanley Banley.
Alright, I'm back.
You're back. All right, cool. I can stop promoting my own music. And I also talked about Kiro Kiro Bonito.
Oh, hell yeah. Did Caro make... Did they put out an album this year?
No, I just kind of wanted to talk. That was my first time listening to it this year. So
Really?
I really liked it. So I listened to her EP that she released
Oh,
last year or 2 years ago. Like it was like a Castle something. I don't know what it was.
Castle.
Maybe it wasn't Castle something.
What was the name? I think it was
Civilization.
Cry a Lot.
And I listened to that too.
Yeah.
Her solo Cry a Lot thing, and then Kiro Kiro released in I think in 2021 or in 2022.
Yeah, I really liked Cry a Lot. Shit rocked.
Yeah.
All right. Fucking... Is it me?
Yes, you.
All right.
I think it's you now.
Blind Equation. Death Awaits. Fucking madness, this shit. I'm putting it in B tier. This is a
Nintendo Cybergrind thing.
Yeah. So we played with Blind Equation. Some of the coolest dudes I have met. Album is good. Cybergrind, very understandably, probably not everybody's thing. But it scratches a very interesting little itch in my brain, and I think it's really good. I didn't enjoy it more than the albums that I'm gonna put up here eventually and all that. But again, it's good. It's fun. I enjoyed it. It did everything I wanted it to.
I'm just gonna use my turn to bounce off of what you said because I actually listened to this album or EP as well.
Oh, you also listened to Death Awaits?
Yeah, I think it was another case of I think I saw you and maybe some other people talking about it, and I said I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought it was pretty fun. You know, it wasn't something that I was super I'm into, but it was really fun. It was really cool, and I do agree. It scratches that itch of it's music, but it's also video game music at the same time, where it's you might not always want to listen to video game music, but at the same time you're I want that vibe. I don't know if this is making any sense, but
yeah, I gotcha.
It's it's I'm listening to video game music, but I'm not, you know. So it's really cool. It's a fun listen.
Yeah. Should I go back to me then?
Yeah, go back to you. You didn't have to switch over to me for that one, but
all right. New Polaris. B. That's a metalcore album. That's kind of all I have to say about it. Polaris is not a band that I'm super interested or invested in, but they make good songs. I've never heard a bad sounding Polaris song. I didn't pay that much attention. I just listened to it for the first time on the drive up to Maryland. So I didn't really have a whole lot of time to sit and gel with this. If I listened to this again, it probably would move up. They write great music. But yeah, I didn't listen to it a whole lot. But what was there I liked. I didn't mind it.
Cool.
Yeah. Over to the Kyle.
All right. Sorry, I'm going to be a little depressing on this one, but at the same time, I think it's worthy talking about. But if you see here, ranked at number 4, there is this EP called Black Market Cart. Today I Laid Down.
Wait, is this your list?
This is just something I wanted to talk. It's not a top 10 list yet. It's just.
Oh, so we're not on your list yet.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was
gonna wait till you got closer to top 10.
Also, wait, no fucking way. Scaring the Hose came out this year.
It did, yeah. What? That came out around the same time 100 Gex did, I think, too.
What?
I almost asked. I thought you listened to that.
What? Dude, what? Yeah, I loved that album. I just thought it came out last year.
No, that came out in March, man.
Adjusting the tier list real quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say I almost said something, but I was maybe he didn't listen to the whole thing and he just listened to
No, I did. I loved it. I thought it came out last year. Oh, dude, this is why I like doing this, because I remember about albums. Oh, I accidentally saved it to my video games folder, which is very, very unfortunate. But it's in there now. Oh, wrong. There we go.
But yeah, so I'll try and make this quick. But this there's a YouTuber I follow named Brad Tayson Music who will live react to music, and this album was submitted to him by the person that made it, who was just like some 17-year-old kid, and Brad Tayson Music was like, "This is really cool. I might like make a separate video on this." And then he never got around to it for a while, and then turns out, was it like late October or something? Apparently, the kid that made this album unalived himself. Which then Brad Tayson Music kind of made a separate video just talking about it and was like, I want to make sure people hear this because it's very good. And on this thing now, Album of the Year, which a lot of people use, it is rated number 4 of best albums from 2023 with an 85 and 2,040 ratings. Which I just think is really cool and special that got to happen in such unfortunate and awful situation. So, yeah.
I'm putting that on my list.
Yeah, I will say, something that you talked about earlier is the vocals in it, and granted it's a 17-year-old kid that made it, the vocals are very buried in the rest of the instrumentals, but outside of that, it's actually produced phenomenally well. It sounds really good.
I mean, that's totally fair. Sometimes that style can work, but there's certain things that I'm like, I want to hear the damn vocals.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I wanted to hear what they were saying in the Mouth for War album. I wanted to hear what the fuck Tyler was saying in Cherry Bomb. Like,
yeah.
there's just sometimes where it works against it. Based on, like, the tags I saw, I feel like that's something that could work in favor of this album.
It does sometimes, I will say. And again, outside of that, like, the instrumentation, the structure of everything, even the rest of the production, like, is mixed better than I can do.
Fair.
It's phenomenal. Like,
Nice.
he did a great job for I think just being just him, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and that's totally fair, because vocals, I feel like, are the hardest part of mixing.
Yeah, and
But-
especially, like no one wants their vocals to be too loud, and that's the thing most people are self-conscious about.
But yeah, Shrimp, I do have bowling alley ass carpet. Fuck it is. What about it? All right. Next one for me is Unity's Ferality. This is another fucking A tier. I spun this for... It's another one that, like, it came out around a whole bunch of shit that I wanted to listen to. I want to say it was like this, Noisy, and Joey Valance and Bray all came out on, like, the same fucking day. That shit heavy. That shit good. I love nu metal. And I think that's the only way I can actually describe that one. So, yep. Ferality. Good album. A tier. That's what I got.
What do we talk about now?
You're just looking up more albums, because I could just keep going if you want.
Actually, I'm going to talk about this one real quick.
All right.
Bada boom. I'm not sure how far behind. I'm not going to grab it. I don't want to take my headphones off. But I just want to talk about the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse soundtrack.
Ooh, all right.
Because that soundtrack was so good. I bought it as a record. You could see it.
Oh,
if I
shit.
point correctly. Right there. Right
Oh, I see it.
I didn't buy a lot of records that came out this year as much as I wanted to. So those are the 6. But I mean, this soundtrack is amazing. I don't buy soundtracks super often on vinyl, but this one I was like, I need to get. It's really good, and the movie's really good, and that's kind of just what I want to say.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the movie, watch the movie and listen to the soundtrack too, because it's phenomenal.
Yeah. It's on Netflix now.
It is on Netflix now.
I was
so
watching
you
it
don't
at work
have to
the other day. Dude, I don't want to go back to work tomorrow. Oh. Motherfucking Noisy. Fast forward to Friday. Oh, wait, hold on. Noisy's album, Fast Forward to Friday, Volume 1. I think this is going to be my new Get Out of B tier album. Because I like this better than the Spirit Box one, but I just don't think there's enough there for me to be like A tier. Absolutely. This is just like a fun little, like, I guess, dance album, kind of. It wasn't what I expected from them, but I really liked what they did. It was a lot more of like an electronic album. Some of their previous efforts have been like more rapping based, but I don't know if that's because it's actually a producer and not just like a like boy band rap thing, but it's a fun little like thing from the UK. I liked it a lot. I spun it a lot. Yeah, that's all I got from it. It's good.
I'm gonna go ahead and shout out this Paris, Texas album, which is like, yeah, as it says there, kind of experimental hip hoppy. It's definitely got some like rock vibes in there with the instrumentation. And I'm mainly shouting it out because I didn't love the record, but I thought there were some really interesting moments in there, and I think this could be an artist that could definitely make something really interesting in the future. There were some songs in there that I really enjoyed, and then there were some that were just not starters for me, or just something I was like, yeah, it's all right. But with the ones that really stuck out to me, I was like, if they lean in this direction in the future, they could make like a really unique, experimental rap album. So, yeah.
Nice. I forgot to do the timer for that one, but that was definitely good.
That was 10 minutes.
Yeah. Paul, I expected GTA 6 stream in 2025. It'll probably happen if the game actually comes out in 2025. Listen, they can put that release date on that trailer all they want. That's not a game in my hands. I'll believe it when I see it. That's what I have to say about GTA 6. That shit looks fun, though. I'm excited, especially because Florida. All right. The album From Joy by the band From Joy. That shit nasty. That's kind of around the same territory of like Mugshot and Mouth for War, where like I listened to it, I went, holy fuck, that's disgusting, and then I didn't listen to it again. However, some of the most batshit insane stuff that I have ever fucking heard is on that record. Like genuinely fucking wild. It's like just metalcore, like metal shit. I forgot the fucking timer again. All right, going over to you.
All right. Yeah, I feel like we don't need a timer for some of these that we don't have much to talk about.
Yeah.
But I made a mistake. It wasn't Ada Rook's solo project. It was another of her projects, Crisis Sigil, that made the album God Come Poltergeist. And yeah, it's like grindcore industrial metal. And the best way to describe it is this little comment I put here saying, providing the best kind of headaches.
All right, that one's going on there.
Intense. And it's fun. Yeah. So.
Yep, that one's adding to the list. Excellent. As soon as you said industrial metal and like I saw mathcore in the tags, I'm just like, all right, we're going with that.
I don't remember a lot of it, but I don't remember. I'm not sure if I agree with the mathcore tag. I will say maybe I'm misremembering, or maybe I'm not super familiar with mathcore though. So
maybe
I could be wrong.
Callous Cowboys is technically mathcore.
Yeah, and people are typically pretty good with the tags on this website. I feel at least.
Well, that's good.
I could just be wrong.
All right, gamers, I have news. We got our first S tier. It is an EP though. Better Lovers, God Made Me an Animal. When this was announced, when they put out their first song, there was no way I wasn't going to like this. Every Time I Die is one of my favorite bands of all time, and for the 3 remaining members of that band to join up with Will Putney of Fit for an Autopsy and Greg Puciato from Dillinger Escape Plan to make a band together, yeah, I was going to fucking love it. It's just as good. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be. It's Every Time I Die instrumentals with Greg singing and screaming over it.
Your S tier is blocked by your camera.
No! Hold on, I gotta scroll back up. Yeah, there it is. Hold on. God Made Me an Animal. What's the song called? Sacrificial Participant. That's the good song. Really good song. I feel like both this and Many Eyes' single that came out this year kind of went back and forth. Many Eyes is the new band of the old vocalist of Every Time I Die, and there was definitely some like weird beef surrounding the breakup of that band, which killed me. But yeah, seems like things might be all right now. They're both making like their own music and stuff, and both of the projects are really fucking good. So yeah, very, very happy about the Better Lovers EP. Can't wait to hear more. Over to Kyle.
Oopsies, getting an advertisement. I'm gonna shout out the Skrillex record because I
thought
it was funny that they released this album which I thought was really good and really great. Really solid. I haven't listened to it in a while. I've actually was meaning to go back and listen to it because it's been probably since February, March. But they released this album and they said, hey, guess what? We got another album coming tomorrow, February 18th. And then that album released and everyone hated it.
Oh, interesting.
But people liked this one, so it's fine.
I was gonna say I saw like some of the dudes from Pulses saying they listened to this a bunch.
Yeah, that one's real solid, and it's got some. I think the song's called Xena in particular is probably my favorite. Yes, that song is great.
I'm looking that up. I can't believe I'm looking up Skrillex in the year of our Lord 2023, but here we fucking are. Yeah. Anything's possible, baby. All right, next up, fucking. A minute is nowhere near enough time to describe how much I fucking love this EP, but God Smiles Upon the Calloused Cowboys, that is, oh my fucking God. I didn't think they could do it. I'll say it. I didn't think they would do it back to back. I didn't think they would make two of the greatest things I have ever fucking heard back to back, but holy shit, they did. This album is literal insanity. You have Pink Envelope, which is like the most regular Calloused Cowboys song on here. You've got Waco Jesus, which is Ford Truck Month fucking national anthem. Like, it's literally on a Ford truck commercial because it's like their most accessible song they've made. And then Designer Shroud of Turin featuring Pulses, which is batshit fucking insane. It is the wildest... one of their wildest song ever. It's so good. Like, everything about this EP is good. If you got 18 minutes, go and listen to it. That's all I have to say.
Just to speed things up a bit, I think I'm just going to let you speed run through the rest because
right.
I could keep pulling up some albums, but I just kind of want to get to the top 10 soon, especially because it's getting a little late. But I will say I did listen to the Calloused Cowboys EP, and I'm going to be contradictory, and I think I like their last album better. This one just didn't hit as much for me.
That is fair. I mean, the Celebrity Therapist was my album of the year last year. Spoiler alert, this one is not. This one's probably my EP of the year, but there's not enough to chew on for me to be like, oh, it's better than my album of the year pick, you know?
Also, nitpick, I hate how they released the EP. They're like, we're releasing an EP. Here's the first single. Here's the second single. Here's the third song, which is the last of the EP, so it's just another single. And
yeah,
like, well, it's releasing 3 songs in a row. That kind of bothers me. I'm like, if you're gonna do a 3-song EP, just release one and then release the rest of the EP.
Yeah,
give me 3 singles and call it an EP. That's just me being nitpicky and weird.
No, that it definitely was weird, and I have a feeling. So I listened to him. Carson, the singer, has a podcast where he dissects a Fall Out Boy song every week with his buddy Dawson. And based on things said in that, I think that was probably their label's decision.
Okay.
Because Carson himself has said, I fucking hate it when bands release the first track of whatever they're doing as a single, like first or last track. And I agree with that heavily. But if the record label's like, hey, we need 2 singles for this EP, it's 3-song EP. It's going to happen no matter what. So that might have been their label kind of meddling with things. But yeah, it was very weird how they released it.
I will say I'm okay with the first song of an album being the single.
No.
Because for me, I'd rather prefer going into the album hearing what I already know first and then getting the new stuff versus going into an album, hearing 3 songs, and then just hearing all the singles that I already heard. Then it's like, why finish? I already heard these. You know what I mean?
I heavily disagree because I think an album opener should be something very, very special, and I don't think you can make a good single that is also an album opener.
Jumpsuit.
I mean, I say this, but also, like, Tattletale is our most popular song. It was the 3rd single off the album. I guess it's technically the opener, but, like, we have an intro, but I don't know. Like, like, what am I thinking? Like, I would never put out While You Were Out as a single. It would never happen. But, all right. Keeping it going.
Yeah,
Pulses. Huh?
I said I'll just let you speed run through these.
Yeah. Let me do that real quick. Pulses. It wasn't supposed to be like this. That is another S tier album. Really, really, really goddamn good. I hope the boys see this clip because this is their best work. No Business played our first show ever in 2017 with Pulses, and back then they were doing like a DGD, very like Dance Gavin Dance inspired thing. But yeah, this is their best album for sure, and I think it's entirely because they've ditched the whole swancore thing at this point and are just making post-hardcore music. And they're doing whatever the hell they want. Like there's like a very like hip hop and rap inspired song. The title tracks are very I can't describe how much I love this album. This album is just fun. Like this was probably my most just like all over the place, most interesting, probably like the most unique album of the year, because I don't think any of these other bands really could have released an album like this, where it's like half the songs are like kind of regular post-hardcore tracks that you'd expect, and then the other half are just like, well, what if we made a hip-hop track? What if we made an emo track? What if we made a fucking ska track? Like,
You say that, but you just haven't heard Lil Yachty's new album yet.
it's right here. Or is there another
there's
one?
his new album after this.
Oh,
Where he
okay.
did the ska album that's emo.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
I hope it
that's
is.
for sure what's coming next.
Lost Trees, Luminescent. I feel like Johnny will get mad at me if I don't put this higher. However, I'm gonna stick with honesty. I listened to it once and don't remember anything from it. Ooh. I know the singles were good. They make very good music. However, I'm also going to say that, unfortunately, the era style metalcore, kind of like I was saying with Spirit Box, like, it's not my thing. I love these guys. They're doing a great job with doing what they're doing. Their new song, I like a lot. They did like a more Issues kind of inspired thing, and that would have probably been higher on my list. But this was not like a style that I really vibe with. But again, these are some of my best friends. They make great music. If you enjoy the era style stuff, this definitely is for you. But I also listened to it once when it came out and then forgot about it until recently. New Lil Yachty album. I'm deciding whether this is the new B tier Gatekeeper or if this is like low A tier, but it's one of those two.
Either way, it's gatekeeping B tier.
I'm gonna make it the new B tier Gatekeeper. I liked this a lot. And I actually enjoyed a lot of Lil Yachty's early stuff, like the Lil Boat tapes. But this was just so weird and off the wall from him, where he just kind of made like this very weird, hazy sounding. I don't even know what you would call this, because I'm not a genre snob. But it was I guess it would be like an alternative or like an indie album almost. But it's
a psychedelic something.
Yeah, it's like a psych album pretty much. It's really good though. Like there's really catchy tracks on it. Like I was not expecting that out of him, and it's really good. Johnny Booth, Moments Elsewhere. My fucking god, dude. Incredible album, incredible rollout leading to it. Has this incredible, just like very thematic feeling thing going on through it, as well as like probably like same thing with these three albums together. Very diverse tracks. Like you've got some absolute fucking ass beaters like The Ladder, 2040, but then you also have these like slower songs like Mirror and Only by Name, I think is the one I'm thinking of. It's something about a name. But yeah, incredibly good album. Really, really good. It's everything I wanted from them, and I'd been like waiting for this since I first heard. I think it was Rebuttal came on my like Spotify mix. I've been waiting on a fucking album from them like this. Really good. Gideon, More Power, More Pain. That's not making it out of B tier, unfortunately. But I will say, really, really good album. I think it's probably Gideon's best album.
But not enough power.
Not enough power, not enough pain, you know? Again, I really, really liked it. It's a really good album. I think the thing that pushes it above all of the other Gideon albums is they had this very cool, like, interview track thing that's going throughout it of, like, I don't even know. I guess it sounds like just an interview with, like, a depressed cowboy. And it's such a cool way to tie all of the tracks together. I also like kind of forgot this album came out this year, but like really good. I'm very glad I got to see. The other problem is I saw them right before this album came out, so I didn't even get to see them play anything except for like 2 tracks from it live. Oliver Tree. That's my only D tier album this year, I think. Forgettable.
Ooh, yeah, I think that's why I didn't listen to it because I think I heard people just say it wasn't good. This year was like weird. Like typically I would listen to the stuff that like people were saying wasn't good just so I could, but this year I just like wasn't feeling it. I'm like, if everyone else saying it's bad and I don't think I'm gonna like it, I'm not gonna bother.
Yeah.
Like I didn't listen to any of Drake's albums that he released. I'm like,
You know
I
what?
can't do it.
I'm adjusting this. I'm putting Johnny up there. I was a little harsh with that because I'm like looking at some of this other stuff in here.
I agree.
Yeah, I was a little
Who
harsh
hasn't
with
listened
that.
to But you're like, I listened to it once and they make cool music. C tier.
Yeah,
like, oh,
that was definitely harsh because like I probably enjoyed that like more than Polaris. Like probably liked it a little more than Death Awaits because that's a very very specific thing that I'm looking for. Like yeah, I enjoyed it. I just forgot about it. Periphery 5. I'm putting that in C tier.
Let's go.
I don't even know if I listened to the entire album for this. It's fucking Periphery. I know what I'm getting into. However, their song Silhouette, I think, might be their best song. And I think they should just stop writing gent or whatever progressive metal you want to call it. And I think they should just do whatever the fuck that is. Because that shit's sick as fuck.
I thought you were gonna say stop writing music and just keep playing.
No. I love a lot of Periphery's like heavy progressive stuff that they did. I just, again, no. Oh, thank fuck.
Whew. We must have to start over.
I know. Holy shit, dude. Yeah. I'm burnt out on their progressive stuff. They should do more just like poppy electronic stuff.
Fair.
I don't know.
Yeah. I haven't listened to much of their older stuff, but yeah, I thought it felt more run of the mill than I would have anticipated from Periphery.
Yeah, it was all right. Which is how I feel about this album too. Post Malone's Austin. It's all right. There's some good singles. Yeah, it was forgettable, kind of in the same like vein, but I liked it compared to Oliver Tree, which I think I tried to listen to and turned off. Maybe I can't remember.
I also listened to the Post Malone album, but I forgot that I did.
Yeah, it was good. It was a very interesting turn for him to take, making like a more just like acoustic album, and I liked that about it. But it wasn't anything that blew me away.
I like it when he plays with Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah. God's Eyes, Progress, Regress. Really good album. Another like Every Time I Die kind of sounding band from, I think they're from Long Island. We played with them earlier this year. That might have been one of the best live sets I've ever seen. That band fucking rocks live. Like they bring the exact kind of like Every Time I Die energy that you need to be playing this music. They're fucking flailing around, throwing their guitars around and shit. Fucking awesome, dude. Like really, really good album. Incredible live performance. Punk Tactics, Joey Valance, and Bray. That's going right into the A tier, baby. These are the dudes you probably know because of TikTok with the like Punk Tactics song. But their whole album is really good. I swear, I like it a lot. They make a lot of anime references and shit. Yeah. Dead Inside season 3. Putting that right there with the Lost Trees. This is actually why I adjusted it, because I was like, I'm gonna put this in B tier, and there's no way I can justify not putting these both in the same place. Another friend of mine, Brandon, who I did the podcast interview for No Business with. It's his little like new metal project. If you're listening, bud, don't hate me for what I'm about to say. I liked it. However, I think like there was something about it that just like didn't like push me over the edge, except for there was like one track, and let me see here. See if I can find this fucking track real quick. Not that one. We want season 3. Where the fuck is season 3? There it is. Is it We Don't Own Our Faces? Yeah. Yeah, We Don't Own Our Faces. That shit fucking rips. The rest of it was kind of like, yeah, it's your standard political new metal fare. A lot of good stuff in there. I think that's all I have to say. Nothing like really pushed me over the edge with it, but it's good. Other than We Don't Own Our Faces, really enjoyed that one. That was such a weird track, and I loved that shit. Sleep Tokens, Take Me Back to Eden. I'm putting it in B tier. Fucking, I didn't really. I almost want to
say it, Paul.
Okay, listen, I'm putting it in C tier. However, I understand that this is entirely because of the hype surrounding this album. This album was talked about for like 4 months fucking straight at the beginning of this year. I could not go fucking anywhere, probably because Hayden is my best friend, but I couldn't go fucking anywhere without hearing about this damn Sleep Token album. I finally listened. Huh?
No, sorry, I said put me to sleep.
I finally listened to it, and it was all right. Like that's all I have to say about it. It was okay.
Yeah, I did not get the hype one. I'm going to butt in here just because I listened to this one and I feel very strongly about it because of how much people were hyping it up. I didn't get the hype at all. The first, I on my comments here, I said the first couple songs I thought seemed fairly interesting, and then it got to like that boring like metal, quote unquote, that's just like has trap hi hats and is really just pop music, and I thought it became very boring and uninteresting.
Oh, interesting, because
sorry, that's a little harsh take for me, but that's how I feel.
I don't give a fuck about the heavy bits. I think that's my thing with it, is like the heavy bits in this, I'm just like, yeah, we've heard this shit before. Fucking we've all heard Loathe, we've heard Spirit Box, we've heard this kind of fucking metalcore before. It gets interesting when they do their different shit, but there's not enough of that for me to really enjoy it. The atmosphere is the best part. That's fair. This is a very atmospheric, and again, I love concept albums. I like that they stuck with that and like did that. I liked Aqua Regia a lot. Liked that a lot. But that's probably the only song that I could pick out that I liked. Fall Out Boy, So Much for Stardust. Dude, I don't fucking know on this one. I'm struggling between S and A, because, like, I'm going to leave it in A for right now.
I agree.
Because there's just something about it that I'm just like, I don't love this as much as the other ones. But at the same time, I look at it and I'm like, I love every song on this album. So I just don't know why I can't, like, push it over. Hayden pops in the second you say my best friend's Hayden. He was summoned. Fall Out Boy S. So put it in S. Currently waiting on your opinion. We're getting there. Yeah. Fall Out Boy in the S tier, or in the A tier.
I think A is fine.
I don't know though, dude. I love every song on this album.
I don't think you love it. I don't think you would say that most of those songs, if all of those songs, would be anywhere near as good as any of their old stuff that you actually loved. I think it's just that they went to a return to form that was really good compared to the last several albums.
Nah, I think there are several songs on this album that stand in line with their old stuff. Okay. I absolutely, and like I've gone back and re-listened to this a bunch of times to be like, was I just hyped? And every single time, like I genuinely think Love from the Other Side, Heaven, Iowa, I Am My Own Muse, and the title track all stand the test, or like they stand in line with the pre-hiatus stuff. And that is better than like 4 songs out of 13 or something. That's so much better than we've gotten in the past with their post-hiatus stuff. But I think there are 4 like genuinely good, like Fall Out Boy level good songs on this. And then, 8 or so other good songs that I like would not classify as high as the other Fall Out Boy stuff. I definitely didn't like it as much as any of... I maybe liked... You know what? I maybe liked it as much as... I think Better Lovers needs to come down, and then I can be okay with that. Yeah.
I think you put it in D tier for the sole purpose that we did that 2-hour stream for it, and then I edited that stream, and then accidentally deleted the whole video editing file and
I
Lost
forgot
on Work.
about that.
Yeah, I
Oof.
spent like 2 hours just listening through, and I chopped out all the silent moments and the moments where we took a break or something, and I was
Yeah.
like, great. And I was like, your computer's full. I was like, oh, let me delete stuff, and then I accidentally deleted the project file itself, and
Oh,
I'm like, screw this, dude. I'm like, it's just not going up on the YouTube. I'm not doing that again.
yeah.
You know, it's good.
Yeah, it was a really good album.
Mm.
Again, I gotta kind of move Better Lovers down if I'm gonna put that there. Nah, you know what? I'm moving them both up because I like them both better than Cracker Island.
Yeah.
I like them both better than these albums. This is probably like front runner in that category. Snitch. This is obviously my own fucking album. Realistically, I think it probably sits in either A or like high B. It's definitely an A because I liked it better than the Little Yachty album. Great band, frontman's hot. Thanks, Kiar. I think from my like own personal taste and as a listener, I think it's in my A tier. Like obviously, it's very very catered to what I like. I wrote the damn thing. It is everything I would have wanted an album to be. But like, you know, I think it's good. I think it's a very very good starting base for like this chapter of No Business.
Also, I would just like to say one thing similar in regards of it's catered to your taste is because I see a lot of people each year posting on like social media around the time like their Spotify Wraps come out, being like, "Oh, I'm on my own Spotify Wrapped." Oh no, or like I have like some friends that like said stuff like similar to that, and it's like, of course you are. Why would you write music you don't want to listen to?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's just how I feel. At least I'm like, you shouldn't be embarrassed. That's just you listening to like, why would you make a song and then be like, I don't want to listen to it? It's like, why'd you write it then if you don't like to? Like, I always go back to what Childish Gambino said, Don Glover, in an interview where like he was talking about how he's like listening to one of his songs in his car and his friend went in. It's like, why are you listening to your own song? It's like if you like were a chef, would you not make yourself a sandwich because that's considered vain to listen to your own or to eat your own sandwich? It's like no, it's like I make a song that I think is good, I'm gonna listen to it. I make a sandwich that I think is good, I'm gonna eat it. You don't get considered vain for eating your own sandwich. So that's always kind of how I look at it.
Yeah. Hayden said
I just
Snitch
wanted to
is
say
my
that
album
because-
of the year next to Take Me Back to Eden. I appreciate that, especially because I know how much you love that album. But yeah, I think I did good here. I think I can't wait to do more music that's more recent. Because again, two of these songs, specifically Tattletale and Basilisk, were written in 2016 and are largely unchanged. Yeah. One of the old quote unquote songs from the next EP that I'm bringing back straight up is younger than those two songs.
You should use your old vocals for it too.
What? No.
No.
Actually, the vocals on that aren't bad, but also we changed a lot of stuff about the song. But yeah.
You want me to
Dying.
go now, or do you want to start the top 10?
Oh, we're doing top 10s now? Or well,
Well, I was just
you're
gonna
doing
talk
yours.
about-
Yeah, let's go
I
back
was
to
gonna do my
Kyle.
top 10.
I've talked for way fucking long enough. Let's go back to you.
Cool. So I'm gonna do my. He's still ranking all his, but I'm just gonna go through and say what my top 10 are, starting at number 10. And also, I want to say this year was hard because there was a lot of really good music, and a lot of these are loosely rated because of how much they change. And again, like even in my honorable mentions that I showed earlier, there were so many albums that I really wanted to put in here. But Caroline Polachek, Desire, I Want to Turn Into You. Synth pop, art pop, really fun. Got some really cool, what's the word? Features. That's what I'm looking for. Like on the song Fly to You, it has Grimes and Dido. And I just think this is one of the most creative and fun pop records of the year, if not the best pop record of the year. And I think people should listen to it, and I think it should be mainstream, but, you know, that's not what the world gives me, so.
Yeah. I added that one to my my list there.
Yeah, that's a banger one.
There's something about that album. I think it's like I'm just adding ones with cool album art that I look at the genres and I'm like, I'd listen to that.
Yeah, that's fair. And I got that one up on my wall, right above Spider-Man.
Yeah. Dying Wish, Symptoms of Survival. This is a tough one for me to rank because I think it's going in the B. It's going right up there with Gideon. Easy S tier for me. That is totally fair. Kind of wish the old No Business tracks were still up. Maybe I'll re-upload them. I have to find the masters in order to do that, unfortunately. But I don't know. I think it's better that they're not there. I think they're not well done. They're poorly mixed, poorly mastered. Like,
You always just put like demos on the title of it so people kind of know, oh, hey, this is like early
actually,
demo.
that wouldn't be a bad idea, Kyle. If I can find those masters, yeah, if I can find those masters, I might do that where it's just No Business, like, and I'll just re-upload them all as like pre-snitch demos or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I fucking saying? Oh, I was talking about Dying Wish. This album fucking rocks. Unfortunately, I'm not a huge fan of like that style of like metalcore or hardcore, what you want to call it. Like, I was never a big Killswitch Engage fan, so it doesn't really like scratch that itch for me. But man, they did real good on this album. They've got like a lighter, like a very, very emotional, like not as much like breakdowns and riffs and stuff, but like a very emotional track somewhere in the middle there that fucking rules. And like the vocals on this album are like fucking miles above anything they've done before. Really good album. Again, it doesn't scratch like that particular like itch for me. I'm also removing Snitch from when I put it on the when I download it and post it to Twitter. I'm not getting clowned on for putting my own album in there.
Fight them. Block them if they do.
But we all know it's an A tier album in our hearts. Gideon's definitely a B tier upon later re-listens. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Again, like I'm happy to have it in B tier. It was good. There's good tracks on it, and I like the. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. All right, Kyle, your turn.
All right. So this will be my number 9 album of the year, and it's Colin Stenson's album "When We Were That What Wept for the Sea." And if you look over at the genres, it's post-minimalism, drone totalism, which I wouldn't know how to describe. So what I'm going to tell you is, if you like saxophone, hear this album. They use... it's really interesting how they use the saxophone, because it's not just like them playing, but they'll also use them pressing the keys as like percussive sounds. They'll use them just like breathing into it as like airy textures. And I love the artwork, because to me, like, I hear this album and it just feels like you're like sitting on like a cloudy day, like hearing like the waves crash, or like sitting and like hearing the rain patter onto the roof or something. It's really relaxing. It's really interesting. I know there's some kind of overarching story about like a lighthouse or something in it. I don't really know the story. Haven't really followed along. Most of it's instrumental, outside of a few, I think, spoken word passages or parts. But yeah, no, I was really blown away by this. It's not like a typical, drum, clap kind of rock, whatever. It's more like ambient, droney, I guess. But it's really interesting. And it's really cool. And if you like the way saxophones sound, listen to it.
All right. Excellent. Ooh, we got Suicide in the City by Cauldron, baby. Putting that on. There we go. Suicide in the City by Cauldron. That's a quick A tier right there. This band, I think I was just like shown as like hey, you want to hear some fucking heavy shit? And it was nasty and heavy and like super sick. Whereas this album, they've obviously got a lot of that on the album, but the closing track is kind of what like sells me on it. Their closing track is kind of like, it's a very like typical rock closing track to like end with, where it's like a big like slow thing and then it like builds and all that. But I think it's really cool to hear that from a band that has that. It's just really nice that they have the dynamics to be able to do that, as well as like their really, really heavy stuff. Because I feel like a lot of bands that do the really heavy stuff don't ever want to dip their toes into doing anything lighter. Like, they just want to write ass beaters all the time, which like is fine. People love those live, but I like dynamics in my albums, as you can see by like the top ones I've chosen. Ooh, I had my time on that one. Cool. Damn. All right, Kyle.
All right. So my next one is, and I think you might have heard this one. potentially.
No, I did not.
Oh, okay. I think I looked at like our blend playlist at some point. I thought I saw it say you listened to at least one of these songs, but maybe I'm wrong.
Interesting.
But this is Sampha Lahai. I don't know how to pronounce it. I am sorry. But it's an R&B album, and typically I'm not super into R&B, but this album is just undeniable. The vocal presence, the drums in it, all of the instrumentation in it's just really cool, really unique. And yeah, I mean, to me, the fact that like, I kind of listened to it and I was like, yeah, it's really good. And then I went back towards the end of the year and I was like, because there were so many people talking about it, I was like, I need to listen at least one more time. And I was like, yeah, no, this is undeniable. There's no way, there's no way you can ignore just how good this is. So yeah, same for that number 8.
Nice. I threw it on the playlist. I think the reason it might have come up under my name is because I see that his most popular song on Spotify is his feature he has with Kendrick Lamar. So that might have been why I got added in.
Gotcha.
But I'm gonna listen to that because R&B
probably really
fucking
like it.
rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. Currents, The Death We Seek. That's another A tier album. Currents. I mean, you can see the fucking flag behind me. I love that band. Out of all of the like more progressive metalcore bands that are out there, I like the way that Currents does it best. And this is without a doubt their best album they have ever made. Album is fucking incredible, super like emotional and like very heavy emotionally. I didn't start the timer, but yeah, Current's best album to date. That's all I really need to say about it. Very sick.
Cool. I actually listened to that album as well, and I don't remember much of it because it was probably when it came out originally, and I thought it was very solid though, according
Yeah.
to what I have on my little website here.
I didn't like how some of the vocals were quiet, but besides that, it's the best album they've made. I agree. That's fair, Chris.
But yeah, number 7
Mitski.
is the Mitski record. I love this record, and I was not expecting to. I haven't heard much of her old stuff. I listened to her album that she released either last year or 2021. And I thought it was pretty decent. Nothing that blew me away. But this album's so cool. I like the slight country twist it has to it. Very indie rock singer-songwriter. Which one was I think it's The Deal. Dumb advertisements. I think the song "The Deal" might be my favorite. If that's the one I'm thinking of, that's the really cool drum part. Again, I just think the way it's produced and the way it's put together is very well. And yeah, I really like it.
Yeah.
That's kind of all I can say.
Fair. I added that one as well because I've heard her name like tossed around a ton, but yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, this next one. I'm gonna remember my timer. Terminal by The Burden. That's another fucking A tier record, dude. Oh, I found out about this because of the vocalist of Dead Inside's podcast that he does, where he interviews bands. Yeah, No Business was on it and all that good stuff. If you like Under Oath, go listen to this. That's all I have to say. Like, if you like Under Oath, go listen to this fucking record. It's so good. It is. It just feels like Define the Great Line Under Oath is back again. And I think that was what the vocalist said they were like kind of going for, is like that's just what they like and what they wanted to make, and it's really, really goddamn good. That's what I got.
All right.
Back to the Kyle.
There we go. All right. My number 6 album is the JPEG Mafia and Danny Brown album, Scaring the Hose.
Yeah.
This album was awesome. This album was so very fun, experimental hip hop, so many really cool and interesting samples. Fentanyl Tester, I played so many times, the one with the milkshake sample. That's just, it was so good. I was addicted to that song for the longest time, and I still kind of am. But I mean, all these songs have like such, well, first off, very funny names.
Yeah.
But also just really interesting production, really fun. and
Jack
unique samples.
Harlow combo meal.
Yeah.
Fucking, I love that they have one just titled "Run the Jewels."
Yeah. It's again, it's just Step a Pig. Like, come on.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and do Scaring the Hose real quick. We'll skip ahead to that.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did it go? Oh, it didn't save because it. All right, hold on. We got it. Upload it again. All right. Well, I don't know where it went, but I loved Scaring the Hose. Fuck, I did it again, dude.
Oh no. Tier list down.
Fuck off. God damn it. Can I... Hold on.
It's saying it down there if you see. Do you have to hit so I can upload?
There we go. There we go. I had to switch it because it was going for the same file again. Yeah, Scaring the Hose. There we go. A tier album. That is just a fucking wacky ass, wild ass fucking album. Yeah, it's Danny Brown and JPEG Mafia doing exactly what you would expect Danny Brown and JPEG Mafia to do. Like you said it all already. The titles are crazy. The fucking songs are insane. Like, yeah, that's all I got.
Cool. Is it back to me now then? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. Oops, I'm not prepared. Number five. Jeff Rosenstock with Hell Mode. Pop punk, power pop, indie rock. Very good. I've never been huge on Jeff Rosenstock just because I felt like, and maybe if I went back and listened now, I would appreciate it more. But his production's always been a little too, like, lo-fi for me, I guess, and it sounded a bit too scuzzy. I might appreciate it now again. But this one I thought was produced very well. All the songs are incredibly catchy. The first, I think, like 2 or 3 songs even like flow into each other phenomenally well. You'll be jamming, Paul. This is one that you should put down for.
I already did.
I think you. Yeah.
Already did.
Like, I'm a little surprised that you haven't already just like listened to him before.
I've never listened to Jeff Rosenstock before.
Yeah. This one for sure is definitely one I think you should listen to. Again,
All
I have
right.
not heard much of his work before, but from what I've probably heard, I would say this is his best work. So
Nice.
this is number 5.
It's always great when bands can make like such a nice gateway album like that late in their career.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, the Jonas Brothers, the album. I did in fact listen to this on the car ride up from Kiara's going, yeah. I did in fact listen to this for the first time on the car ride up to Maryland, and I've got to say, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's going in like the B tier. Drop it in there with that. Obviously, not exactly my cup of tea, but it's well-written pop music. It's fun. It's fun. It's light. It's good pop music. That's really all I can say about it.
Yeah. Are we back over to me now, or what's going on?
Yeah. Over to you.
My number 4 album of the year and my rap album of the year is Group Therapy with I Was Mature for My Age, but I Was Still a Child.
That's a heavy fucking title.
I was going to say, very heavy title.
Yeah.
But also, I liked this album more than the JPEG Mafia and Danny Brown record. I thought it's definitely not as experimental, but definitely covers a lot more bases. They definitely take more inspiration from stuff like rock and pop and soul. There's not crazy samples, but I think these ones are a bit more catchy, and sometimes I'm just not in the mood for the very loud production that the JPEG Mafia and Danny Brown record gives, whereas this one I feel like I'm always ready to jam to. I think this one's really great.
Nice.
So yeah, that's my rap album of the year.
Fuck yeah. I added that one as well.
Yeah.
Title alone, I was like, I want to hear what the fuck they got to say.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously I'm going to say that all my top 10s are worth listening to, but I mean, that one I think you'll like too.
Yeah. It's me trying to pick out what I would enjoy out of your top 10s, which I think I've added most of them.
Yeah, most of the rap stuff I feel like you would also like.
Yeah.
Listen to.
All right. Code Orange, The Above. That's going in the B tier as well. This one didn't quite grab me like Underneath or Forever did, but it's good. I really like. This is another band where like I think I'm kind of over. I'm not over their heavy stuff. I would love to hear some more like really heavy Code Orange, but I'm really liking what they're doing on like the regular like kind of almost radio rock side of things. Like their song featuring Billy Corgan was really fucking cool, and the music video is awesome for it. I hate that the Mask of Sanity comes on all the time because that song is just like, I don't know. I think I've heard it too many times and it just fucking grades me. But yeah, overall, good album. Song they made for Bray Wyatt was gas. Oh yeah, they did a wrestling song.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt.
Oh, he's dead?
Yeah, he passed away earlier this year he got COVID and then he got like some heart complications
Ah,
or something like that.
well, that fucking
So
sucks.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
rough.
that is a rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. All right, going back to you, Kyle.
All right, my number 3, Sufjan Stevens with Javelin. I mean, it's Sufjan Stevens, so of course it's very sad and it's indie folk and sorry, excuse me. Also, just the story behind all of it. His partner passed away, and this song or this whole album was basically dedicated to him. And along with that, Sufjan Stevens also like announced that like he had some like autoimmune disease or something, and basically he had to learn how to walk again or something like that. I didn't
Oh
follow it too
shit.
much, but apparently he's had a really rough year. I guess he lost his partner. He might have even. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just I didn't know he was gay before, but he might have came out as gay by announcing that his partner passed away, which is wild. He's a very private person, from what I understand. But yeah, sounds like he had a really rough year, and you can really hear it in this album. This was honestly all these top 3 for me. I was not even certain if this was the order I wanted them in. I think all of these are worthy of a number 1 spot. So I just wanted to say that because I think this album is like phenomenal. It's amazing and produced very well.
Yeah. Dude, that's how I feel. That's how I feel about that's how I feel about 2 of the albums that are going to be in that S tier. Spoiler alert, none of anything left down here is an S tier album like for me. Holding Absence. That's another very high B tier album. Like really, really good. Oh, Chris is saying A for the Holding Absence. That it's another Border album for sure. I think this is one that if I revisit this album, it probably would have gone up, but I listened to it once. Other than what's the song? I think the song's Luminescent comes on all the time. Really, really good album from them. And again, I'm obviously like mildly biased because my roommate has worked for them, but like really, really good album. Loved what I was hearing from them. It's just good rock music. I think that's all I have to say about it. It's good rock music.
Cool.
Holding Absence was S tier for you, Hayden. That's fair. I can totally hear that. Again, that's one of the ones like there are many albums in here that like I didn't listen to a lot this year. Like this one, probably the Dying Wish one. Probably like the Mugshot one and the Mouth for War one. Like a couple of these albums in the B tier, I would expect these to like rise my rankings if I listened to them more, but I didn't. I was too busy listening to like these fucking 3 albums the entire time and Fall Out Boy. But all right, back to Kyle.
All right, my number 2 is Jesse Ware. That feels good. It's a dance pop / disco record, and I think this is probably the most fun album that's come out this year.
A disco record.
Yeah, it's amazing. Whenever I'm at work and I'm feeling bored out of my mind, I put this on and I'm dancing the entire time. Every song is so catchy and so fun, and it's so addicting to listen to. It's one of those albums that you can literally just put on at any time and you're not going to be like sick of it. It's fantastic. So many catchy hooks, so many catchy choruses, melodies, all that jazz.
Nice.
Yeah, that number 2.
Fair enough. Chris, I don't necessarily know what you're talking about. Holding Absence and Alpha Wolf did a fucking EP? That sounds insane, but that sounds really good. I don't know how we got off, but I have 3 albums left. Or I guess you did go first. Never mind.
Yeah. Oh, I think the JPEG Mafia album messed us up. Because I think when I counted, it was before we added that one.
No, I had it added, I think.
I don't remember. Somehow we're off. I have 1 album left. You got 3. So if you want to bust through 2, you can.
Yeah. Let me grind through 2 real quick. True Viridian by Skylar Accord. That's another B tier album. Pretty good album. It's a nice showing of what he's doing. I'm really digging that he's doing like a pop thing, or I guess like a pop R&B electronic. It's kind of all over the place, but it's it's got some good vibes to it. I fucking loved it. Actually, that one's probably an A tier. Actually, really really loved what he was doing on that. It's cool to see people that are coming from like metal backgrounds doing shit that is not metal. And I always knew that I knew that anybody from Issues could make whatever the fuck they want and it would be good. Next up, we got the Koyo album. That's another A tier. That one just like, I'm so glad pop punk is good again. I know they labeled themselves as a hardcore band, but like, let's be honest about what it is. It's a pop punk record in the actual like form of pop punk of like, it's punk. It's like hardcore punk songs, but with like pop tendencies of like choruses and lots of singing and all that. Just really, really, really good pop punk album. Like, I don't. Depending on what you consider Fall Out Boy, would be probably like best pop punk album of the year, for sure. Chris sent me the EP. I will definitely listen to that. All right, Kyle.
All right, my album of the year.
Drum roll, please.
None other than Underscores with Wall Socket. If you follow me on Twitter on Not Very Radio, I probably talked about this album the most.
Pausing because that's a plug, by the way. Please go follow him.
Yeah, that was a plug. I was trying to be subtle about it. But yeah, no, I really love this album. It says indie-tronica there for genre, and I think glitch pop works. I think it's got hyper pop influences, different electronic, rock, pop, all of those thrown in. It's got incredibly catchy choruses. It spans through a whole bunch of different ranges of like really interesting topics, and it tells a really interesting story throughout the entire album. I mean, the first song's called Cops and Robbers, and the whole chorus is about when's the last time you saw someone with a ski mask and a gun who's dead on the inside. You got to do it like them, which the whole song's about how they're just working for the bank and stealing money as opposed to going in with a gun and robbing that way, because who does that anymore? So there's a lot of really funny moments, a lot of really creative production. I mean, Duh has the word Duh. Johnny, Johnny, Johnny is about grooming, which is really weird because it's one of the catchiest songs and you feel terrible for wanting to sing along. But gosh dang, did they write a banger. Yeah, no, I think it's one of the most creative projects this year, and I think it's one of the most catchy. Yeah.
Nice.
My number one of the year.
I threw that one in there. All right. 68. This is one that I struggle between like B and C tier. I feel like this would be like the... no, I liked it more than that. It's going in the B tier. It's good. It's more like of what 68 does, which is just kind of this weird, like, kind of fuzzy rock that they make. It was pretty fun. I feel like a lot of the songs are very, very samey, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Unless it's in the case of like me, where this is not like a main style of music that I would want to listen to. But yeah, I guess I should reveal my album of the year real quick. No, it's not Snitch. Yeah, album of the year is definitely
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 album of the year. Yeah, Johnny Booth's Moments Elsewhere is without a doubt my album of the year this year. I think there's not another album that captured me the same way that this one did. Like, God Smiles is really, really good, but it's a 3-song EP. You can only do so much with that, and I think they did the absolute fucking limit of what you could do with a 3-song EP. Pulses is really, really good. I think the only thing that Johnny Booth does better is it's a continuous, like, I want to say like a half concept album where like Pulses has some incredible like song transitions and like linked songs and all that kind of stuff. But it does feel a little more collection of songs-y than say like this Johnny Booth record that has this like very sweeping sound across it. And like, it's hard for them to not feel like a collection of songs when they did so many different genres, but like, I just subjectively like what Johnny Booth did better.
Your camera's covering your album of the year tier list.
Oh,
spot.
is it now? Album of the year.
Scroll up
Johnny
a little
Booth.
There we go.
Yeah, baby.
It's official now.
Yeah, it is official. Johnny Booth, Moments Elsewhere. Yeah, Johnny Booth went absolutely hard this year. I think the other thing with it is, like, this is the one album the entire year that I was like, other than the Fall Out Boy one, because it's Fall Out Boy and they're my favorite band of all time. But, like, this is the one album the entire year that I really, like, sat with the entire, like, release cycle of it. Like, I heard Collapse in the Key of Fireworks when it came out, and I was like, oh, this is really good. We're getting more Johnny Booth. And then Full Tilt came out, and, like, that music video changed the fucking chemistry of my brain, dude. Like, hold on, let me pull it up. Like, I'm probably gonna get fucking copyright claim for this, but whatever, who cares? I'm putting the timer away. The Full Tilt video is so fucking cool. I guess I should probably just, like, mute it, but, like, oh, man, just, like, it's everything I want a fucking... Like, I watch what they do with this band, and this is everything I want to do with No Business. Like, these cool-ass fucking sketch music videos, and, like, such a, like, you know it's so good. Like, this, like, weird kind of, like, analog digital thing that they're doing. I don't know how to describe it, but everything about it is perfect. Like, this music video is perfect. This is easily my song of the year, like, without a doubt. And, like, the album itself is really, really good. I think the only knock I could give against it is some of the songs are samey, but they're samey in a way that I like. Like, I like everyone. Like this song, Collapse, The Ladder, very similar songs, but, like, it's not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, I could listen to this type of song, like, every fucking day. Like, it reminds me of, like, the early 2000s, but it definitely has this weird feeling of, like dystopian future to it as well. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but fucking this shit rocks. This shit rules. Shout out Johnny Booth. So glad I finally get to see them in February, because they're on tour with Silent Planet. Yeah. I think that's about it. Really, really good year for music, I gotta say. Like, again, like, my B tier is full of very good albums. Even my C tier is full of albums that, like, I know there are definitely people who loved this Periphery album. A lot of people really loved the Sleep Token one. Like, when the worst album I have this year that I listened to is Oliver Tree, where I was just like, nah, the gimmick's worn off. I'm not really caring for it anymore. Like, that's a really good year for music. Anything you got, Kyle?
Not much that you've already said. I mean, yeah, just a really good year for music. I mean,
Yeah.
typically when I make my top 10 list, there's like 1 to 3 albums that I'm like, ooh, I kind of want to put these in, but I can't. But, like, again, like, my honorable mentions list, I was like, there's so many here. And even some that I didn't even put in my honorable mentions, but just, like, I didn't feel like I had the capacity to even really talk about.
Yeah.
That, like, I felt like would be worthy of being a top 10 contender, you know? So, yeah, this year was stacked, and there's been so much amazing music this year, and I'm excited for this year.
Me too. I'm very excited for this year. Like, obviously, I know, like, hold me to this, chat. We will put out the No Business album this year. We will. On my life, we will. But yeah, like, we're gonna put out new music as well. I would love to peek behind the curtain a little bit. My hope was that we would have been able to get this current EP done and recorded by the end of 2023, and then would be able to release it in, like, January, February of this year, because it's kind of just like a EP, like, get it out there, all done and all that. But what was I gonna say?
You're promising to put out an entire album this year.
No, I would have liked to be able to, like, have this EP done at the end of last year, put it out early this year. I was gonna try and put it out on the anniversary of Snitch, but that's definitely not happening at this point. Because it's the Snitch deleted scenes. Ooh, the B-sides. But yeah. What can I say? Hopefully that'll come out. Hopefully the next EP is not too far behind that. I'm mostly done writing it at this point, so like it's definitely possible. And yeah, like I'm excited for a lot of other things coming out. Like in the first month, we've got new Kanashi, which I'm very excited for. Trying to think of who else. I didn't hear the Invent Animate album, but I heard from a lot of people that it was really good. Like that popped up on a lot of lists that I saw. What were you saying, Kyle?
I was saying JPEG Mafia should be releasing an album sometime soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he made a post similar to what you said, where he said, I was going to make an apology post similar to this one on the 31st, because he said he was going to release another album this year, for 2023. And he said, I was going to make an apology that I didn't get it out in time on the 31st, and then surprise drop the album on the 1st, but he was like, it just wasn't ready. So he's like, it's coming. He's like, it's just it's taking a bit more time than I thought. So it could be January or February for that. And there is one or two albums that I am excited for, but I cannot think of them off the top of my head either.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like who else. Like I'd assume there's Dowboys have said that I think they're going to start working on another album. I don't know if that's going to come out this year or next year. I would probably expect it in 2025, just because like they put out an album and then an EP that quickly after it. Like I feel like they should put out their next thing in 2025, but who knows? They're insane, so they might just do it again, triple back to back. I feel
Yard
like
Act is putting out an album, and they are a post-punk band, or even probably dance punk in some cases.
Who
They have
is?
an 8-minute long song about trench coats, and it's cool.
Who is this?
A band called Yard Act.
Okay.
I'm not super huge on them, but I did really like their trench coat song, so I'm looking forward to this album a lot, hoping it lives up to that.
I feel like 2024 is going to be a dud year like 2022 was. You weren't listening to the right shit, because 2022 was great.
2022 was banging. Try harder.
2021 and 2023 were way better than 2022. Not for my tastes. I don't know. We got a lot of really good stuff in 2023, like looking at the list right now, like, but I'm also thinking back to last year, like we got Celebrity Therapist, we got the fucking Orthodox album. I had like almost a 3-way tie last year for like really good albums that were like almost 3-way tied for album of the year.
Last year was a bit scattered, I guess I would say. I think there's still some great. I guess I was like comparing it with like this year, where there were so many albums that I think are great. There's probably more albums that I liked last year than this year, but then the rest of the albums probably go under the ones that came this year, if that makes sense. Like my top 4 or 5 from last year probably beat anything from this year, but everything else probably gets smoked by the rest of my top 10 from this year.
No, that's totally fair. I would probably agree with that as well. I think like my A and S tier smoke the shit out of like most of last year's list. Mm-hmm. Like they're not beating Celebrity Therapist. They're not beating the most recent Orthodox, or what is it? Learning to Dissolve. They're not beating Road Carpet Disaster. But like most of the stuff under that, they probably are beating. I don't even remember what the rest of that list was. I just remember loving those 3 albums last year so much. But yeah, I think that's all I've got. We've gone for almost exactly 3 hours at this point.
Yeah, very long time.
Yeah, very long. I'm gonna raid out. Who the fuck do I want to raid tonight? I actually have to like make a choice tonight because there are many people on right now. Let's see here. Pop into Julian's real quick. Oh, there's a fucking ad. Bitch. He's been going for like 3 hours as well. He started like right around the same time we did.
Dang.
What about Dane? What's Dane doing? Dane's been on for like an hour. I feel like he'll still be staying on. All right. I'm raiding out. Oh, did you already end?
I ended, yeah.
All right, fair enough.
I ended my stream. I'm not as popular as you, you know. So
How the fuck did... Oh, it's the Not So Great Dane. The Not So Great Dane. All right, we're raiding out to good old Dane. He's the guitarist of Heavy Hitter. That's another one that I'm like, they probably are going to put out like an EP or an album or something next year. But yeah. Have a good one, y'all. 2023 was a blast. It was a lot of fun streaming. Hopefully keep doing more shit next year. So yeah.
again.
See y'all when I see y'all. Should be soon. Bye-bye.